Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. This week, we're going to do some roundtable discussions of what I hope is going to be a fun topic, our favorite military sci-fi movies. So this is going to be some heavy nerd stuff. These conversations are always a lot of fun because we get to discover different movies, not necessarily the same stuff that we've talked about a lot, but some of the more oddball pieces that people are fond of and bring to the table. So that should be a hoot. We've got a really nice panel tonight. I'm looking forward to this. So we're going to go around, say hi to everybody, then go ahead and say hello to Jan Chat, and then we will dive on into our topic for the evening. So we will get this going. He is my partner on the channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing Clan Death Dew because we need those brain bugs. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? I love your avatar.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me on. It's great to be on here. Got a full panel tonight, and with our guests, Tombi and Leon. Maybe I didn't say Leon as enthused as I probably should have.
Right.
Tombi and Leon.
And this fucking guy.
But no, Leon's cool. Excited to get into it. Our favorite sci-fi military movies. There's a whole bunch on there on that list. So I think we'll have a lot of material for tonight. Also, in the chat, I see that Lance is here, and congrats on the play, man. Getting that thing.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Cool. Hey, Lance.
Lance always got something going on. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you this week? I've been meaning to ask you. So, do they have a dessert cart in the Chow Hall in Arkham?
Oh, do we have desserts? Well, you could say that people like Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are snacks. Definitely. They definitely fit that.
Oh,
that bill.
my.
But that's usually reserved for Saturday night, which is taco night, as opposed to Tuesday. And why is that, Sammy?
Because it's a madhouse.
That's right. And even though she is not here, she is here in spirit. As every Thursday, it is time for scissors.
You know, every fucking week I hate this fucking part, and it's still here.
No, you're almost there, Roman. You
I'm
just open and close them really fast.
It's going to end. It will end violently, and it will be great for the numbers.
Matt's going to Kimbo.
that just reminds me of something that I saw. It was a veteran. He was like, top 3 things that you can only taste once. Foods that you can only taste once. Number 1, 9mm.
Wow.
That guy's definitely a veteran.
Insignificant.
Yeah.
Really, Leon? Really?
Good job, Leon. There you go.
Leon's got his nose
Don't bring poor Leon into this. He's suffered enough.
No, see, he got the little ones because he's curious.
God, it's just getting worse by the second. He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his powers for good instead of evil 16% of the time. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, my friend. How are you this week? How have the raccoon attacks been?
Well, now I'm getting space raccoons.
Wow.
Damn.
Those are called.
And with those opposable thumbs, they can use the bolters.
But can they use scissors?
Probably.
Okay.
These would fit very nicely in their hands. Just saying, these are
raccoon
That's
size.
true. Those are raccoon sized.
Yeah, that's true.
That's unfortunate for everyone
No lies detected.
involved. I hate my life so much. He is the man who knows all the things about all the things. He is the unbearable 73, the sad me. That was I appreciate that one. How are you this week, Matt? It is good to see you.
Doing okay. You know, having some computer problems. Hopefully, I'm not causing audio problem for you tonight, like I did for Joker last night.
It's true.
Nope, sound good on our end, I think.
Hmm? Well, it wasn't me that was the problem. Every time I was talking, I wasn't muted. JV, he would sound like a robot.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't even know what to do with that.
Robot.
Never say it's not you that's the problem. Always own up to being the problem. In fact, flex that you're the problem.
Yes. Yeah. Don't just be having the problem. Be the whole problem.
Yeah, heel moment there.
Great.
Steal
That's
my
fantastic.
thunder.
Own the situation.
Derail the show.
Wait. I have the problem.
Oh God.
Well, that it went out of control almost immediately.
How many people got that reference, by the way? Raise your hand if you got the reference.
The He-Man reference?
There you go.
Raising my
hand.
He moves with mystery, they say. He comes and goes as he will. He is our favorite wizard of the interwebs. He is Blair de Blair. Welcome back, my friend. It is good to have you with us. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you?
That's such a broad-based question. You know how I am, Blair. You know everybody knows how I am. So it's good to have you here. You're looking very pale. It's good. It's a good look.
Thank you. I've been trying, wear the sun hat.
It's important.
Right?
It's important.
I don't want cancer.
I myself am read as a beat because I'm challenging it. Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people. He is Sammy the Repeat. Welcome back, Sammy. How are you this week? Your hair, my friend, is lovely, by the way. I don't say it enough.
Thank you. I grew it myself. I'm looking forward to talking about this. You guys always have some deep cuts, and this is kind of a genre that I need some more of in my life. Like, who doesn't need more space military excursions? So it was like you always think like Starship Troopers, things like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people are going to bring to the table.
Right on. Gamer and YouTuber. He was both a Royal Marine and Royal Navy chief. He is here to make us all look like a bunch of pussies. He is the real Tombi. Welcome back. It's great to have you with us once again, my friend. How have you been? Where have you been?
I've been living a dream. There's been so much going on in the Tombi household is untrue. A couple of weeks ago, I actually gave away my youngest daughter, did the father of the bride speech, made her cry in all the right ways. So yeah, it's been an emotional time with the Tombi household, but it's all good. It's all good. Had the granddaughter staying with us for 2 weeks while the parents were on honeymoon. So got to do some streams. Got to do some Fortnite streams with the granddaughter. It was great fun. Apart from that, living the dream as always. Keeping busy at work. Keeping busy over on the Rumble side, where you'll find me more than the YouTube side these days. Slowly growing the audience over there. Keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep on helping as many people as I can do. More charity drives, more streams, more guides, and all that good stuff. But yes, and also, I've got my cup of tea, and that's the most important thing.
Tombi, I love
that
the
was
new
an
setup.
absolute roller coaster, dude. Because with your accent, you said you gave your daughter away. My first thought was shit. The grooming gangs. Like, I got real nervous there.
Yeah. Fortunately, she's in her 30s, so she can make her own mind up. But it was a good event. I mean, it was a long old day. The weather was absolutely perfect. The church was absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better day. All of it recorded in glorious 4K. So I've got the evidence for later.
And you looked like Super Mario in that suit. It was pretty great.
Yeah,
Mate, I
you
was
did look-
dapper as fuck.
you did
I
look
was dapper
spiffy.
as fuck. I really was. I was the sexiest father of the bride there, without a shadow of a doubt.
I like it.
See, I've just given up all hope. I'm just gonna. My dog will have grandchildren sooner than I will. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And last but not least, first time on the show. If Dex Electronica were a dude and white, she'd be Leon. Welcome to the show, Leon.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That's quite a
I actually kind of feel sorry for all y'all. That was legit the best intro.
Yeah, I was just saying that's high praise.
I'm about to say you got a standard to live up to now there, Leon.
Don't worry, my takes are only half as bad as hers. So,
dude, Roman, Leon's tits aren't half as big.
No.
No, and we have seen them all in real life, so that's the exciting part of it.
And she gives great hugs.
She
Great
does.
hugger.
she does the
She
best.
does. She really does.
No, I think the only person that hugged me was Cannoli,
And me.
and I just have to say
And me.
it was hairy. It was a hairy hug.
Yeah. Yeah. I can only likes giving you hugs from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's not. That's not actually a hug, by the way. In case anybody's curious, that yelp I'm making, that's not because I'm excited.
That touch.
So,
That touch.
And that's
let's say
struggle, brother.
Fuck. Let's say hi to the chat as we roll into this. Good friend Frank Yately with us. Star Trek Booker, amazing book. Star Trek. Jesus, Roman, fuck off.
You're hanging around me
Starship
too
Troopers
much.
was the only thing that saved the movie was boobies. No, I liked the movie a lot. It's
Movie
yes,
is
it's
fine.
different from the book, but I actually enjoyed both of them. So that's
Yeah.
Angry Canadian AC. Welcome. Good to see you out there, my friend. And no, that was not an insult to Vax. We love Vax and we love Leon. We can love them both. We can love them both. Brimstone, welcome. He's going to be our guest next week. So welcome to Yon Chat, sir. You can see what kind of hell you're getting into. Sergeant Giratina, welcome. Good to see you out there, my friend. It's Nosferatu, the vampire masquerading as someone else, but it's always not feeling great, but have to have fun with my twink voice. Thank you for, again, that, Nos.
Did you see his other comment?
Oh, is that this one? My favorite sci-fi military is when Romans survived the USS Indianapolis. That's not. No, you're right. I am that old. Sometimes the shock can go away. Sometimes it doesn't go away. Rio. I'm always bad.
Hey,
at
Rio.
this. And our good friend Lance is out there. My next book is out in 2 weeks. My Magnificent Seven play is on stage in 6 weeks. Been a busy bee. Lance is just a fantastic person,
Yeah.
and he always has just something crazy going on. He's a good dude. My favorite one of the night from Leon. Roman told me 5 p.m. He did not account for time zone. Thank you, Leon.
I was wrong. It turns out you did say PST. And I was speed reader. So that being said,
damn it, Leon.
I hopped in like 4:30 p.m. my time, so almost 5. I was like, all right, gonna be here nice early, gonna make sure we talk backstage with the boys, build some rapport, the whole nine. So noted, I've been very looking forward to this as first time on the show. So
So Leon got here like 7 hours early, which is fine. It's fine. So
don't tell the
again,
ladies that I
thanks.
come early.
He's still early. You want to talk premature? He's done before he meets you. Say hello to everybody on YouTube and over on X tonight. Please let your friends know that we are live, as we have been every Thursday for the last 3 years. And remember, please do check the like and make a comment if it would suit you, as YouTube has changed the algorithm because they hate their YouTubers. I don't make the rules, folks. I barely follow them. So it's
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what the funniest thing is with the YouTube rules? If I go to look at my own content, I can't see it, and it's mine.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I can't see any of my videos. Not even charity streams.
What?
Are you talking
Yeah.
about
To
on
me,
the main
Dan,
page?
everybody
or
on the
your
panel
back
needs to
page?
write
Yep.
a strongly worded letter to Mr. Beast. I'm sure that'll fix it.
Oh yeah, that 100%. He'll come to the rescue.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
So,
bonkers. That's why I've had enough of YouTube. That's why I've had enough of
and
YouTube. But
here's the problem. Well, the problem. It doesn't matter. I was going to say something, but I decided, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. So I'm just not. I'm going to skip it and save all of you that problem. So before we get rolling
Joker.
into the memes,
Do you hear something?
into the memes, I hate you so much.
Wait, I do hear something. I hear something.
I hear
Sounds like
tunes.
music.
Heavenly shades of memes are falling. It's in time.
And it
Whoa.
is meme time with Jacob Ironside, bringing us the fantastic memes that will both entertain and horrify you, usually at my expense. So, very good. This is from Spectral. If you haven't seen it, it is a fantastic movie. And this is probably the most flattering meme I'm going to get tonight. Well done, Jacob. I am the disembodied spirit there.
A couple of these are old ones, but there's some new ones in here.
You know, oldies but goodies. Oldies but goodies. That one's I like that one a lot. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I think for everyone involved, except maybe Sammy. Dude, why is Jacob so small? Jacob? Is that a chick or is that just Sammy with long hair?
That's Sammy with long hair.
Okay, because he is my favorite girlfriend on the channel.
Yeah, that's from Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield
One of the
Earth.
worst movies. Just,
Well,
Travolta.
that's actually from Sammy's days as a Darkness cover band, but
oh,
Wow,
that too.
you went there. You went there.
Man. And I have not seen this movie, and that is not an unintentional thing. So in case anyone is curious about that, that's a nice job again, as always. I love it. So that is our girl Mando, who cannot be with us tonight. And as you all know, she does set ablaze from time to time. That's kind of her thing. And mildly terrifying and only mostly illegal. Fucking poor Mando. Not even here to defend herself. Fucking breadsticks, man. Fucking breadsticks. It never goes away. It never goes away.
Now,
The enemy cannot take your breadsticks if you disable his hand.
Jacob, next time you use that meme, you need to turn the knife into scissors.
Yes, good idea. Good idea.
Thank you, Joker, for giving him more good ideas.
I'm fine with it. I'll go with it. I've looked worse, so.
What is this from?
The Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gosh. All right.
I mean, I've looked worse, so I mean, after Batman
it's
is
true. It's
I mean,
all true.
after Batsy has roughed you up a little bit, this is generally how it turns out.
see, you should have used the what's the Jared Leto voice for that one, considering that's what this looks like. Truly terrifying.
Is Pops out there?
I don't see him.
Pops? I don't see him either. I mean,
No, it's because in the intro to Meantime, Pops.
Pop.
Is the
Yeah,
angel.
okay. God, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to forgive me. I am very old and I get confused. Is that Sammy?
Yeah, that's him as
It is definitely
All
Sammy.
street.
John Carter.
I wake up in the strangest places.
Well, yeah, you know,
Not wrong. No lies detected.
where are my pants?
Oh, poor Sammy.
Yeah, where are my
Poor
pants?
Sammy.
Yeah, bless him,
Damn,
Sammy.
my
You
ass
did
is
entertain
bringing
me
up
the other day. Yeah,
Oh, on Enzo's?
yeah. I was in chat. I was just fucking laughing my ass off all the way through. It was great.
He has those 10-minute intros, and like, you know, it's already late, and then he'll play something like ethereal. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready to.
That's it for Sammy.
It's when he's slid halfway off the chair and he's got one arm up And he's like, I pretended to be a dragon freaking breathing.
You don't know what I was dreaming about. I mean, a dragon.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Wow. That's solid. This is my gun. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Fuck yeah. Blair.
That would go hard as like a Pantera album cover if those words weren't there.
Right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Looks good. Looks good.
Got a Stargate.
Oh yeah. There, again, Roman space fits everywhere.
What movie is this from? Is this from Edge of Tomorrow again or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't gotten drunk and peed in a fountain? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Accepted. Accepted.
I mean, there's a reason why you don't jump into the fountain at the Bellagio. People have tried to do that before.
You see,
Really?
Oh, no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Oh my.
Oh my.
That's a challenging wank.
I'm
He's not,
in despair. Nice.
That's awesome.
See, that's good. I got that's. Although he looks a little bit like Princess Amidala. It's the suit. It's the suit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he looks
Yeah, I
like
can see
Keira
it.
Knightley or Natalie
Yeah.
Portman. What an insult! Like,
No, what whatever. It's words. It's nothing wrong. No, not there's anything wrong with that. Hey, nice. Do you know how hard it is to get pulled up from my shoulders? I have to sneak up on
Snorty.
while he's sleeping. Oh, excellent. Nice. That's solid. And that is our closer tonight. That is our close. Good job, Jake.
Well done,
As
Jacob.
always.
Well done.
As always, excellent work, my friend. All right, so we're going to get into the topic now. Our favorite military sci-fi films, and as he is fighting the time zone difference, because it's like 27 hours in the future in the UK, we're going to let our good friend Tombi go first. So which movie would you like us to bring up here, my friend?
Well, it's going to upset probably a lot of people, but seeing as I've got the first dibs, Aliens, 1986, James Cameron,
Great.
Sigourney
film.
Weaver,
Yep.
Michael Bain, Bill Paxton.
And yes.
Game over. Game over. Man.
Mate, game over, man. Game over. Which was actually an improvised line. It was never actually in the original script. Absolutely stonking movie. Now, it shifts massively, obviously, from the horror aspect of number one. The first one was always a horror film. This one shifted more towards the action side of it. And obviously, when I was younger, I first watched Aliens rather than Alien. Came to Alien itself quite a few years later. But
Likewise.
this for me was so perfect in its delivery of the characters, the character arcs, especially when the director's cut came out much later.
Right.
But yeah, we one of the things that really stood out for me as well is obviously the efforts Sigourney Weaver put into this movie. She got an Oscar for it, which was incredibly rare for a sci-fi movie at the time. But just the combination of the actors across the board, and the most, I guess, one of the most surprising things about this film that I didn't actually realize until much later was Vasquez being John Connor's mother in Terminator 2. Absolute bonkers. Didn't even twig. But what an absolute stonking movie. Ripley versus the Alien Queen when she's in the power loader.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Absolutely
This-
one of the
fantastic.
best
I love that
instances of
scene so
swearing
much.
in a film. Like, get away from me, you bitch, is one of the best instances of swearing in a film.
Yeah, unlike in Alien Romulus where they used it and it wasn't good.
Like they said,
It
was
was not
thing.
good. It was the
Yep.
opposite.
And then you've got Carrie Henn as Newt.
One of the
Absolutely
best lines ever. They mostly come out at night.
Mostly. Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, it was absolutely
Absolutely love
superb.
this
From the start of the film, where you've got the recreation. So he painstakingly recreated, obviously, the Nostromo, the interior for where Ripley was, and to have the effect of the door being cut, and then you've got the laser beam coming in to scan. Absolutely superb. And shout out to Lance in chat, who had Gail Ann Hurd, who produced it, on his show late last year. Absolutely superb to listen to. Yeah, absolutely superb to listen to her talk about a lot of the stuff that she produced.
Oh wow!
We'll
But
just
yeah,
hang out
absolutely
here
fantastic.
for a minute. So I love this
It's
movie.
the bush on the leg.
I
it's
know.
back.
Well,
Yep.
it's like free range. It's free ranging. So
Yep.
one of the and it's a nitpick because I have to. The only problem I have with the Marines is and Shieldwall and I think Tombi can get behind this. There is no fucking way that they're gonna put. He's essentially an O2.
Yeah.
He's a Marine Corps lieutenant. In charge of a mission of this magnitude. He's a retard. He is an O2. He doesn't know where his asshole is on his body. He is not going to be in charge of this mission.
When you put an officer like that in charge of something, and you really don't know their qualifications, it's like giving an infant a gun. They might shoot the target.
So
They might shoot you.
Well, Bert was in charge, really. That's probably why he picked him. Because
my biggest problem with the whole thing is that there's nobody actually left on the ship. Like, there's no guy in charge of the ship, and there's no crew, and there's no anybody up there. If something goes wrong, they can call for help or something. You know?
I'm gonna skip my major criticisms of this movie, as people know I have them. But to say, if according to the meta plot here, the Marines who were sent in here, they're not the best of the best. They're the worst of the worst on purpose because the corporation wants them all to get infected so they can have viable samples.
See, I was gonna jump in on that point, and I don't think it's more the corporation did, but it's more Carter Burke, because a lot of the stuff that happened in the film was
Fucking
Carter Burke.
Asshole! I hated that guy so much.
Sending the family over to go investigate these things based off what Ripley said. He's also controlled the narrative whilst he's on the space station. He's also controlled the narrative in terms of did Ripley's daughter actually die? There's nothing canonically that says that or evidence that she's actually passed away. Bert could easily just say that and Ripley would believe it. Why wouldn't she?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I have trying to avoid the criticism of this film. You have to kind of look at the plot of this movie as they don't really want them to wipe out the aliens.
Correct.
And once you accept that, there's a lot of plot holes that make sense. Like the conversation about Ripley's daughter. For example, because they're manipulating Ripley to do what they want, because she's the one who kind of knows where things are, so to speak. If you get what I'm saying. And they need Ripley to be eliminated because she also knows too much. You know what I mean? Because you have to look at, and with the world that the aliens equals people, these mega corporations control everything, right? And the government just pawns wherever. Again, it's just, as an action movie, sure. It's just the plot holes only make sense with stuff they retconned in later or through some of the comics or whatever to explain why these guys, the Marines there, were such idiots. Like literally the worst of the worst.
It was a minor, it's a minor complaint, and of course I didn't know any better when I first saw it in the theaters in '86. So
right.
But it's a great movie, technically well done. It looks like, it doesn't look sci-fi and cringy. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
looks cool. And then who's this character here? The pilot? I can't remember her name.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, yeah. And she's a real G too, because when that alien goes in to kill her, she's trying to get her gun. She's not like panicking or anything. She's trying to, still fight to the end. And of course, her voice makes it in to, to StarCraft when you're flying the little ships around. It says 5x5.
5x5.
Yep. And but yeah, this right here looks like your average, weekend duty crew. Nobody wants to be there. They all got called in. Some of them are, went a little hard on Friday night and probably hungover. And you're all in there for, some BS reason. Anyway, for a plane that is not really going to fly on Monday, but they say it is.
And they don't have any buy-in to this. They don't believe this story about the aliens. They're just like fucking bug hunt.
Yeah, and that's why I like the arc that the story goes through. It's the sudden realization is that we're all absolute badasses, but as it turns out, no, far from it. Far from it.
Sammy, you can give us any of your brilliant thoughts on Bill Pullman in this film? Not Bill Paxton.
I don't like Bill Paxton in this film.
What? Why do you not like Bill Paxton in this film?
I don't know. I just don't. I just never have. We were reviewing it one time, and everyone acted like I was saying like sacrilege. I didn't say that I don't like Bill Paxton. I just don't like him in this film. I like him better in Predator. I like him better in vampire movie?
I mean, no, he does get kind of cucked early on. Hey, Vasquez, have you ever been confused for a man? No.
Have you?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's fine. It's not my favorite Bill Paxton role.
It's also good that he's the only person ever killed by the Terminator, the Predator, and the Alien.
Yeah, and that I will not take that away from him. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, I just whatever.
And Fantasy killed by Arnold.
Wait, what?
In Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Oh fuck! I forgot about
True
that.
Lies.
Yeah. But I like that. Like I said, this. I think I don't know anybody who doesn't like this movie. Weyland-Yutani Corporation.
The real debate is what is the better film, this or the original? Which, I mean, I won't lie. I'm a stand for the original. I think the original is not just the best, but one of the greatest films of all time. And so I find this movie, while I completely not just good, while I do like this movie, it's an easy 8 out of 10. I do think it's actually a step down from the original. But in terms of, the original's not in military sci-fi, so in terms of military sci-fi, it's one of the goats for sure.
It's also it's hard to do a comparison because they aren't the same genre.
No,
right.
Yeah, they are like different subgenres.
Well, and that's what's kind of screwed the franchise moving forward is people don't know what they want to stick to. Do you want that creeping horror in space like the first one, or do you want something a little bit more bombastic, action-packed? And they try to do both, and it never works.
Well,
I mean, they tried to do it both with number 3 in the prison. And certain elements of it did actually work. But overall,
3 is overhated. 3 has got good things about it. It's just very sloppy.
Resurrection
3 would have been good if they hadn't
garbage.
used Ripley, or they had used Ripley and they let Hicks survive.
Yeah.
Either one of those scenarios, and they didn't kill her off at the end, which I thought was a fucking terrible way to end the movie. There were aspects of it that I did think were good. You're right, but
Roman and I were talking about this.
We actually talked about this the other day.
I dropped this idea for how if they changed Aliens Cubed, which is what I call Alien 3. That if Hicks had survived, but had been put in that prison to keep him quiet, and then some other way the aliens got there. You know what I mean? Like then it would have been like a Prison Break movie type of thing with the steps, because there's a lot of great cast members like in the third movie. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
And as far as being like an action movie, it has way less plot holes than the second one does. Because it's just oh my god, these things are gonna kill us, and we're a bunch of crazy people. You know what I mean? there's no like overall meta plot that's like the alien. Okay, I have to do it. Gets soaked down by the meta plot of the universe, the science fiction stuff. That was the thing I love. The science fiction horror of the first film, with all these questions about, wait a minute, where these like, because the alien got there out crashing on a ship themselves. They're not native to that world. As we find out later, we know why, right? But and then the second one just sort of hand waves the science fiction, which and jumps then changes horror to action, and I was very. It's it's an extremely well made movie, but you have to get later movies to fill in like the science fiction stuff to make me more interested in this movie.
I would very much push back on the idea that the sequel hand waves the science fiction. I'll explain why in a sec. But first, Comic Sense in the comments says William Gibson's original script was great. I'm a huge William Gibson fan. I didn't know he wrote a treatment for Alien 3, so I have to check that out. Thank you for giving me something to do later. But no, I don't think the second one hand waves the science fiction at all. And that's because like one of the tenets of science fiction is the man versus nature, man versus God, idea where men have created an issue of their own doing because of their technology, because of their advancements, and now they have to deal with that problem. And I mean, the entire premise of Alien 2 is that you've got Weyland, you've got the company trying to that created a situation with the aliens so that they can study it, get it back to Earth, or get it back to their outpost, or whatever it may be, and the people die in the process. I mean, it's the definition of sci-fi.
It's a science fiction film, yes, but the sci-fi elements of the first one with the exploration and the investigation and the trying to figure things out. And all
the Alien, the first one actually has less sci-fi than this one. The first one is more cosmic horror, which is less sci-fi.
It's cosmic horror.
Yeah.
Again, my point is, the first one, the characters are doing things and to investigate, doing things to figure, trying to understand it. Here, they just blow stuff up. I mean, there's no.
No, I'm not going to argue that. I would say that you're correct in that, but I just don't think that's what makes it or doesn't make it sci-fi. In fact, I would think that's what makes something character-driven versus action or event-driven.
It is.
Has nothing to do with genre.
Yeah.
It is.
But the other thing as well is the first film, they don't know what they're walking into. The second film, they've got some guidance. So it's a completely different premise altogether. The goal is different.
Although they don't fare a lot better than the first one did, unfortunately. Still does, even with all the guns and tech and all this shit, they still end up getting their fucking asses handed to them by the big bug. I also want to point out Hicks is far too old to be an E4.
Not if he got busted down a bunch of times.
No, I'm not unless he's been busted a few times.
You got to remember, though, again, because we have to explain for the other movies, they're using a form of FTL travel that requires them to be in cryostasis for sometimes decades. You know? So he might seem old, but have only lived like 20 years or whatever. You know what I mean? They have
That's a good shout.
Yeah, but he looks old. He looks like a dude who's in his late 30s as a E4. That ain't.
Maybe he's a reservist because we used to have some reservist. That guy would be he'd be an E4 and he was like 50.
Hey guys, how are you doing? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Go off something. You fucking fuck.
I knew a guy who retired as an E5.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
I knew a
back
couple
when you
guys
could
like
do
that.
that. Yeah, you could do that back then.
We need to
I was
take
in
care
boot
of
camp with a guy who was 30.
We need to take care of some alien insects. Send the those people.
The reservists.
The reservists.
Reservists in there. They're National Guardsmen.
Yeah.
Now,
Their weekend, right?
The Sentry Gun scene was not in the original theatrical release, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, the Sentry Guns. No, that was in the director's cut.
So there's a director's cut, and then there's an extended edition, right?
Yes.
If I'm correct. So the extended edition has absolutely everything they shot added in there, like the pre part where it shows like the people at the colony getting the call, and they're like, "Hey, we need to send them out there." And that actually has Newt's, the actress Newt's real brother in it, but those scenes got cut.
I enjoyed them, but I understand why they cut them as well, though.
I do too.
For theater purposes, I get it.
Totally. But I think they could have left the Sentry Gun scene in. honestly.
That didn't take up a lot of time.
It did take up a lot of time, and it explained like a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then just even in the first movie and in this one, how well Ripley is wrote and what she does. You know what I mean? Nowadays they would give her a side shave and make her a girl boss.
She'd be black.
Yeah, but she already.
Oh, so you have been watching Alien Earth? I take it.
She. But you know what I mean? Like she knows what she's doing. She's had the training.
Yep.
She's in the right spot. She's not just some woman that just popped out of somewhere. When
the character of Ripley was written, like
it was written for a man. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was written with no gender specified, which is just to show that this was truly a case of best actor for the job. Yeah, Ripley was not. If I recall, none of the characters in Alien, save for maybe Captain Dallas, were written for any specific gender.
Dallas was always destined to be male.
Right. I think he's the only one that was written as a male from the beginning.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that. You might fact check me, but I think that was the case.
Well, I had heard the same thing, and that's why all the characters were listed by their last name, so there was no any way to distinguish between male and female.
Right.
Email.
I got a question for you guys. On the military aspect of this, what do you think of their weapons? I mean, they're not exactly futuristic, except for those two who have those really cool looking. The
gimbaled.
Yeah, those look awesome as hell.
The smart guns, yeah. I think the guns are iconic. Like the sound they make, you can hear them. It's like a lightsaber.
Yeah.
If somebody was to play that sound right now, you'd know that's a pulse rifle.
It's a pulse rifle.
Yeah.
The ship
so they look futuristic, and they're kind of futuristic, but they're not like plasma laser guns and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it looks like it's a practical tech. Like it's just like it's advanced, but it looks like it's something that could fucking happen.
And they're real firing guns too. The mix between a Thompson and a Spag 12, I think.
Yeah, the base gun for the pulse rifle is a Thompson submachine gun, and then for the smart guns, it's an MG42 that the kinds that the Germans used in World War II, and they put a special flash suppressor on them that made that big like star flash that looked really cool. And they have the eye monocles that the Apache pilots use.
Yeah.
But what it's supposed to do is detect movement, and then it kind of lets you like move the gun around to where it needs to go, so it's easier to target them.
The ground vehicle is a converted like a aircraft.
It's an aircraft mover.
Oh yeah, like a tug. Yeah, basically a giant tug. Yeah. And then that thing didn't really have much of a wheelbase to me. I was like, I don't see this thing really ACPing across like rough ground, but it looked cool. The only thing is it had those two miniguns on the front. I wish they would have shot those. They never really did anything, and the turret on the top never did anything. Although I don't think they really had enough targets. But when they're trying to like drive out of the place and there are aliens jumping all over it. Also, that alien punched through the windscreen on that thing. You know how thick that glass was? I don't think that was a possibility. But
the dropship was very cool too, because it's a spaceship and a jet and a like a helicopter. It carried the thing, so it dropped it.
Right.
And then it's always an interesting discussion, which would be its own separate show in a way. When we see these movies and TV shows, science fiction, and we see what the writer, directors, and all think the future is going to be like, and then we look at them years later and like say, well, what, like for example, I'll give the big example. Like remember back when I first went to tech school years ago, when as Star Trek Next Generation was in its 5th season or so, we're sitting around talking about it, and we're all like engineering students and such, and we realized right now in the real world in 1990, we already had computers that were more powerful than the ones on the fictional Enterprise in Star Trek The Next Generation, and also like the weapons, in Terminator, for example, when he walks in and asks for like a phased plasma rifle, and the guy's like, I don't know, and he gives a snarky remark like you would. Well, I mean, there's prototypes for things you would call a phased plasma rifle circulating right now for the past 5 years. You know what I mean? They're trying to find a way to not have ammo be an issue with weapons for soldiers anymore. So they just power packs and clips and, you know, and that's the whole wave of blasters and phasers and whatever. You know what I mean? And it's always a circular thing. Like the original Star Trek series inspired microwaves, inspired cell phones. You know, like so when these sci-fi creators make something, it's like the leapfrog of ideas from real science and engineers to science and engineering writers and back and forth with, you know, how far reality goes. You know.
What's a Space Marine show that was in the 90s? It lasts about half a season.
Space Above and Beyond.
Oh, Space Above and
Yes.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good show.
That was pretty cool
And
too.
I was talking with some of my friends. But by the way, I'll link it if I remember. But the dogfighting scene in that show is one of the best dogfighting scenes.
But it's crazy because they're pilots, but they're also ground pounders. That
Yeah.
that would never happen.
That never made
Yeah,
sense.
which
to me.
is not a thing. Yeah.
You're not going to take your highly specialized, trained Marine space pilot and, you know, pump it across the fucking barren lands to shoot bugs. No, that doesn't happen.
Well, they're not. I don't want. Let's not deep dive into that show, but
No, let's.
Yes, no.
This is the whole point of the show.
Yeah, Bill.
Save it. Save it.
I know a lot more about the show because I read the background material. I read, you know, so there's answers for your questions there, Blair de Blair. But we'd spend this show talking about. What was I saying? The whole about 15 or 20 years after that, so it would have been like 2010 or so. I was talking with a friend in military research and development, and says, "Oh yeah, we have technology to put up what they showed in space, like space carriers. We can probably do those now, except we don't have the fusion engines." You know, it's like, and now look what Elon's doing. You know what I mean? Like it's technology just keep catching up to sci-fi, and that inspires new technology to.
Well, if he can keep from blowing up his capsules, you know, maybe we can go someplace until they can override that problem.
The biggest thing that the Aliens movie did was it's memorable. It has so many quotable lines in it. It looks great. When they did the background details, like the dropship had a patch on it with looked like a chicken with like feet. That's real stuff that you'll see on like Marine Corps airplanes, you know, nose art.
It looked like legit stuff.
Yeah. And the stuff was
just
worn
moved
and
ahead.
old and kind of beat up. And that's
Like
real
military
too.
equipment.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Worn and old and beat up.
Yeah.
Just
You can
like
tell the people who did that had some military experience, either in their
Yeah, they
families
had
or
to-
themselves.
yeah.
They had training. Yeah.
Yeah, the prop department did really well.
Yeah. They did.
And they did it in they did most of it in England, I think. So
Yeah, it's
they
UK,
had access,
Congress.
access to a lot of people that had a lot of knowledge, especially back then.
Wait, I thought you just said it was done in the UK.
Yeah, there were at
Then it
that
wasn't
time.
people with a lot of knowledge.
Back then they did. Now
back then
we're
they
all
did.
retards.
Yeah, there's lots of like veterans and people that you know.
Yeah.
The one thing about England, if you've never been, is they go nuts over the weirdest shit, like train spotting and like deep dive mat level of information on those things. So if you are into firearms, they're not allowed to own any there, but boy, do they sure know a lot about them. You know what I mean? And
They got museums.
people that have access to the stuff legally, it's crazy, especially back then. So that's why a lot of films were made there. They were really good at what they did, you know, and that's why I think it all kind of came together. And also, it could have been lightning in a bottle. You know, sometimes you just can't recreate that.
No, and they didn't recreate the first movie, which I think was smart, and they never did as good a job again. They had
Right,
one,
that's
they
what I
had
mean.
two,
Sometimes
and
you
then-
have that, like Terminator 2. Like they've never done anything after
fuck
that
no.
that was even close to it.
I will say it has been recreated, but not in film. I would like the video game Alien Isolation, which is
Yeah.
mean, is a true blue alien experience.
Right. There was a 2000, maybe it was 99 or 2000 Alien versus Predator game. That was,
that was
absolutely
awesome.
That was fucking good. I love that
awesome.
game.
Yeah. It had 3 storylines: one for aliens, one for Predator, one for humans, and they all intersected at one point in the missions.
Yeah.
And if you played multiplayer, you could play as any of them.
Right. Yeah. And it had all the sounds were perfect. That was a big thing. Like, okay, so let's talk about the motion sensor. How that as a thematic item is now, it just the sound of it can put fear into you, especially if you played Alien Isolation. You had one of those in that, right?
Yeah, so in Alien Isolation you did, but the sound was different. I actually got the mod to make the sound exactly like the Aliens one.
Because you played, what was it? Alien Fireteam, I think it was.
Yeah, Fireteam Elite.
Players. Yeah. That was cool. You had the sensor, you had the sound for that. When you heard that ping, you started panicking. And they had the ones that would like hide in the ceiling and jump down on you and stuff. Yeah, it was the whole atmosphere. It's a military thing, but it's also there's horror and body horror because if you get implanted and they burst out of your chest. Like in the Alien versus Predator game, if you played as the alien, how the story started was as you were a face hugger that got knocked out of this jar on a ship. So you had to find somebody to face hug that you weren't going to get like captured and killed. Then when the next scene started and you're the chest burster, I'm like, what? The screen is black. What the hell?
Yeah.
And then it gave you the prompt. You have to bite, and you're biting your way out of the guy's chest. And then it pops open, there's blood, and then it goes to a cutscene. And then you had to run around, and you had to find a cat to eat, right? As the chest because so then you could molt, and then once you molted, you became the drone. Then you started killing the shit out of everybody. But before that, you were extremely vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could like run and jump and stuff. Anyway, it's a really good game, but that whole face huggers, how scary are those?
Shieldwall, are you getting hit by a tractor beam?
Or something.
No, that's somebody playing the motion tracker.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the white people version of the smoke detector.
Yeah. Do you know the thing that I love about Alien Isolation is the fact that the alien can hear you at all times, and it's always one room away from where you are.
So
absolutely terrifying. Slightest noise, it comes and finds you.
And so I played it for a little while, but the one thing that I was like, I just want to pop this thing, man. I got a shotgun or whatever, but you can never really kill it. You can only scare it away.
As you should know. Again, it's obviously it's far more akin to the first film, which is a true 10 out of 10 horror masterpiece, filmmaking masterpiece, but especially I think it's possibly the best horror film ever made, besides maybe like Night of the Living Dead. And the game was able to recreate that to such a visceral experience. Again, it adds the canon. I mean, again, you play as Ripley's daughter. It doesn't contradict the story to any of the films, which even additional Alien films and projects can't claim to have done. It's truly a masterpiece.
And the atmosphere,
it really is.
That the world is it fits right in with the movies. But the way the station looks and all that kind of stuff, and it's got the creepy synthetics that are like the alpha versions, so they don't even really look human.
Cool. So let's move on here from Aliens, because we could be here for far too long, and we're not going to get to everybody tonight. I have to warn you that time has passed. We're going to get to as many of you as we can.
It's been an hour on Aliens.
We spent too long on Alien because it's a great movie, and like I said, we could talk about that for fucking hours. So,
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to shit all over. I can't get mad at a good Aliens discussion.
No, you can't. It's a great movie, and like I said, that's how you know it's good, because we can talk about it for fucking ever. So now we're going to go on. I do want to say again, thank you to everybody on YouTube and X for hanging out with us tonight. Let your friends know that we are live. Come on over, join the conversation. So, Leon, first timer here. What is the movie that you want to discuss, my friend?
Well, there's a lot of good military sci-fi out there. I'm sure we're going to hear about a lot of them. We're going to hear about, I'm sure, Edge of Tomorrow. We're going to hear about Starship Troopers. But there's an underrated gem that I feel like most people don't give enough credence to. And this is the perfect show to bring up, military sci-fi movies, is Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in Space.
Sweet chocolate Jesus.
You dirty, rotten bastard, you.
Deep cut.
God.
I'm being 100% serious.
I was unaware that this movie existed.
This sounds like some kind of Nadia pick.
No.
Warwick Davis, isn't it?
Is it a
Warwick
good movie?
Davis.
No. Is it a fun
Yeah, it's
movie?
Warwick Davis.
Yes. Like
So
the
I
idea that they went from Leprechaun 1 and 2 to okay, let's say Leprechaun to Vegas. Then the fourth film, let's just put him in space. By the way, he looks exactly like the Leprechaun from the other films, but he's a completely different Leprechaun. He's an alien Leprechaun, but it's still just Warwick Davis in Leprechaun outfit, who's trying to marry like Princess Zarina or whatever to get her power.
I seen
Guys,
his costume.
it's a masterpiece.
It's cool.
This is
Oh my
legitimately
God,
it's such a wild, but it is in fact a military sci-fi movie.
So he's not the same leprechaun?
No, no, but again, they don't do anything to change him. So, like, canonically, he is not the same leprechaun, though he looks and acts exactly like the same leprechaun from every film because it's still Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
What year did this come out?
What?
Late 80s, I think. Hold on, let me see.
90.
No, it was
Oh,
like
they are.
98.
Yeah,
guys.
96.
Wait, I thought that Leprechaun 5 was like 96 or something. Is
If you want to know how much Google spies on
96
us,
is this one? Okay.
the moment you said Leprechaun 4, I went to Google to just call it up, and I typed Leprechaun, not Leprechaun 4. Leprechaun 4 is what appears.
Yes.
It's
Now,
listening.
to be fair,
It's listening.
3 is the best one, but 4 is really good.
No, but literally Google was listening to our conversation on YouTube.
Oh, for
and-
sure,
and as soon
absolutely.
as I typed in Leprechaun, the auto search said Leprechaun 4, like boom.
So these poor failed soap opera actors are the military members in this.
Yes.
In this.
Looks like they're doing
in this-
paintball.
In this. Jesus, Leon, why?
It's a
Why?
gym. No, it's a gym. Like okay, so
Why?
here's the premise. And actually, I'm glad it's following Aliens because it borrows from Alien. Yeah, so you've got
Oh
this.
my God.
You've got this deep sea crew of space marines exploring a forbidden planet, right? And they find the Leprechaun early in the film, and they kill him right then and there with their like plasma weapons. And it doesn't actually kill him. He transfers his Leprechaun space magic essence into one of the Marines, bursts out of them like a chest burster, and he is now on their version of the Nostromo wreaking havoc. And he wants to marry this like Martian princess or whatnot with magic powers. But the Marine, the Space Marine scientist, Dr. Handmitten, wants to use her Princess Serena's power to make himself a human again instead of half machine. It's a thing of beauty, guys. Truly,
Mate, I'm watching this shit later.
it is fucking wild.
Is this
Yeah.
on the level of Velocipaster?
Oh,
my
this
God.
is well, Velocipaster is like intentionally. They're both intentionally bad and intentionally funny, but I would say that this has a bit more like heart and soul to it. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit more lovable schlock.
exactly. There she is. There's
I don't even know what to
Princess
say
Serena.
about this.
You gotta say it would.
Is he peeing? Is that Leprechaun pee? What's happening
Yeah,
there?
he's pissing all over. I believe it's a plasma grenade. Yeah.
Hey, Kanoi.
Cannoli.
I can only
Look,
yes.
I mean,
I
but to
use-
me, jokes aside, look at the
Holy
set
cannoli.
design and the costumes. Like, it's the production quality of this is actually really impressive. Yes,
what it
exactly,
is.
Tombi. It's a so bad it's good cult type of film. Yes.
Well, it's kind of funny
Yeah.
because the way Hollywood and film, not just Hollywood, but any place you film that works for the past 50, 60 years is they save every prop and then like reuse it as much as they can. Like, I don't know if you caught it, but I believe there was a Dalek bottom in one of the scenes. You know, like you can see looking at this stuff that some of these props are from bigger films or probably warehouse to be rented and they just touched up for the movie.
Honestly, you're probably entirely correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Roger Corman always did that. He reused sets and music
Yep.
and everything.
Well, that's a huge business. Like literally, there are like hundreds and thousands of warehouses in California full of movie props and costumes.
Yeah.
The area of New Zealand where it's like
The
Hobbits.
Hobbits.
Hobbiton, the fantasy area now. There's warehouses there with all sorts of like something like fantasy movie store there now. You know.
And just so you know, folks, this film is on Tubi. You can watch it for free.
Which is about
God.
what you should pay for it.
By the way,
What the
Princess
fuck is that
Serena
thing,
would.
Leon? What is that?
So that if I recall correctly, that's Dr. Handmitten, the main Space Marine bad guy. After he and Leprechaun have gotten into their fight, and he wants his revenge, and this is like the big climactic battle scene.
Oh, I thought it was the embodiment of Reddit.
Same thing, really. Same thing.
Yeah, would.
That's Princess Zarina.
Yes, that's Princess Zarina. There are boobies in this film.
Nice.
Thank God.
That's a plus.
Thank God. Because
Happy days. That's the consolation prize.
this scene looks like it's about to become a space porno.
Looks like the
I
same
actually
bar as
thought about
Total Recall.
looking up space military porns for this show.
There is
I was like,
a,
all right, that might be too far.
There's also that bar
All
also
of
looks
the-
like it's out of like Star Trek in the '90s.
It certainly does.
All of the
Where's
Leprechaun
Qual-
films have a risque element to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Leprechaun
For in
Wow.
space. True. I'm unironically highly recommend. You will have fun watching this film. You will. You will have so much fun.
A couple weeks ago, I was at a horror convention, Flashback Weekend in Chicago, and they had the Leprechaun outfit there. On display.
Nice.
Was Warwick
Probably.
Davis in it?
No, unfortunately not.
That's a shame. Poor Warwick Davis. He never recovered from that Willow show. Why is he wearing a hazmat suit?
I
The
watched
Leprechaun in
Willow
a
for the
hazmat
very
suit.
first time, actually with Enzo a few weeks ago, and I was impressed by how much I enjoyed it.
The
I
movie.
never-
Talking about the
Very
movie,
good.
right?
Yeah.
The movie. I never seen
Yeah,
Sid,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the
The
movie,
movie's really
I
good.
had never
the
seen
movie's
Willow
great.
until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask, the Marine with the big metal plate in his head, he looks like the guy from X-Files. He's the Colonel, whatever the fuck his name is, who's in the earlier seasons of X-Files, in like season 1 and 2.
If that is him, I didn't realize that, but now I'm very curious. Hold on a sec.
I bet it is. You know what I'm talking about, Shieldwall?
You're not talking about the deputy director. That guy. has
No.
hair.
The military, because they get that military strike team. That
Skinner.
goes
Are
in
you,
and
you're
everything
not,
else.
okay, so you're not talking about Skinner then. All right.
No, not Skinner.
No, different dude.
It's a different dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he looks very similar. It's like, but he's kind of a character actor, and he's not in a lot of shit. So it's entirely possible he could have ended up in Leprechaun.
The other
4.
thing you've seen, he was in, what the hell? What was Full Metal Jacket? He was in, helicopter pilot maybe.
This guy.
Yeah.
And he did another movie
He was.
about 10 years ago that people watched. What the hell was it called? Well, he's made a bunch of stuff. What was the movie?
It was
The Elevator with the Devil movie.
It was
Oh,
a
I think it was
dog
called
Full
Devil.
Metal Jacket.
Devil.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it was just called
no,
Devil.
not
That's a
that
good
one.
movie.
Sorry, not that one. I can't remember around the same thing. The one with
The other movie with the
and-
devil in the elevator?
The devil crashed the car at the end of The Devil Inside. It's from
Okay.
2010 or so. It's there was a whole bunch of supernatural films that came out around the time period, and he played one of the priests trying to save the crazy woman in the asylum.
All right, so the actor is Tim Colseri, or Colseri or whatnot, Metalhead. What else has he been in? Let's take a look.
Those are the two I remember. He was in somewhere. He was in one of the Babylon 5.
Space Girls in Beverly Hills from 2009.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Evolution.
Roman,
from
go back.
2008.
Yeah,
Roman,
he had a,
go
he had a
back.
leprechaun lightsaber.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Warwick
Yeah,
Davis
also-
had to be thinking, "What the fuck have I done to deserve this?"
Yeah. He was also
I'm
in,
sure he had a blast when making this film. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was in the Star Wars movie. I was Willow. What has happened to me? Why
I was
am
in
I dressed
Doctor
like
Who.
this?
I was in Doctor Who, and now I'm this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is particularly egregious, Leon.
I mean,
I don't
you
even-
said, hey, maybe we'll find some hidden gems we've never heard of before. I felt like
this was hidden, and I think it should remain hidden. I think this should stay hidden forever. Oh, there's
Go
a good
back.
scene coming up.
Go
Oh,
back. Go back.
Well,
Back up.
Go on.
let's
Go back. Go
not
back.
get hasty here.
Go
Let's
back.
just
That set
More?
behind them is from Doctor Who.
Oh, the pipes. That
The whole
set.
yeah.
That's the Doctor
this
Who
is-
set.
This is a reused It's from one of the Peter Davison, not Peter Davison.
Oh,
who's
the
playing-
one where they're in the underwater base.
who's the one right after Peter Davison? Colin Baker.
Colin.
From one of Colin Baker's episodes. I literally recognize the wall. because he did some of the crazy psychedelic looking episodes in his first season, I think it was. Anyway, but like I said, you're gonna see in movies like this tons of this stuff where they just go rent a room to be a room. You know what I mean? And they'll come in big crates and they'll assemble it and they'll use it for 2 days and they'll put it back in the crate and send it back to the shop. You know?
Wow. Just wow.
Oh, looks like we were gonna get movie right there.
Well, we would have, but they aren't going to put that on IMDb. Why is he so big?
They could have.
He uses magic to grow big and throw people out of the air.
Which is a question that is often heard on this show. So,
some of this looks like Space 19.
Leon, how did you discover this movie?
He's on TV.
So back in like
You were up
2008
late?
or something. No, I can tell you exactly how I found this movie. So I had never seen any of the Leprechaun films in my life, and back in like 2008, maybe earlier, I was thumbing through Fangoria magazine, and they had this page, this splash page that was like a quick synopsis of all the Leprechaun films. And the one that I first drew my attention was Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. And I thought this sounds crazy, but I was like, but I can't watch Leprechaun 5 if I don't watch all the preceding ones.
Yep.
And so I watched Leprechaun for the first time, and I just started watching the Leprechaun films. And to this day, I love them.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
Leprechaun in the Hood is where the leprechaun smokes a blunt and goes, "A friend with weed is a friend indeed."
That is correct. That line is in fact in the movie.
We are never going to cover the Leprechaun series, just in case anyone out there was wondering. We're not. There apparently is the military contingent of this this movie. I do like the the metal plate in the head. That's a good look.
But never guess
Solid.
his name.
Metalhead, Ironhead.
Metalhead. Yes, his name is Metalhead.
Hey, who's the other chick that was in that shot?
Blonde.
There's two
No,
other
no,
chicks.
no.
This
Go
movie
back.
also
Yeah.
does the Starship Troopers like
that one on the
love
very left.
triangle thing with Carmen and what's her name. This movie does that as well. So
What's she been in? She looks familiar.
Tool Time. I think she was in Home Improvement.
What was she?
I got nothing, which is in no way surprising.
The
There's the poor cast and crew of Leprechaun 4.
Or cast or awesome cast.
the black actor, he's a Latino. I don't remember. his
see,
name.
Bankman fan site gets it.
He was,
Friday
Good
13th
question.
3.
he was in a really good TV show about the Vietnam War called Tour of Duty.
Yes.
And Frank Yakeley
Yes.
is correct. Yep, the first Leprechaun was Jennifer Aniston's breakout role. That's
Yes,
correct.
Prior, which was
That's true.
pre-nose job.
Yeah.
I think we're
That woman that
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
well, that in
the
the
left
beginning.
hand side, she was in Home Improvements.
That's what I said.
yeah, we're back
okay.
here. We've gone through the entirety of the Leprechaun in space. Leon, that was
darn.
weird. That was
And
that was
it was nice
peculiar.
having Leon on the show.
Yeah, and it's been
Certainly
good. It's
made
been
an
a good
impression, though,
Leon.
right? It made an impression.
Leave him wanting more, brother. Leave him wanting more.
I think I almost had a stroke there. That was a lot.
Hey,
That was
at
a lot.
least
That was a lot for me to take.
At least it wasn't
What is
amusing.
going on with my screen? That's what the problem is. My screen is automatically adjusting brightness, and it makes me think I'm having a stroke, and I don't know why it's doing this or how to make it stop.
Because you're having
No,
Uh,
that was the Leprechaun. To be fair, the screen is its own thing. It was the Leprechaun making you think you had a stroke.
Oh boy, why is this happening? Matt?
Samara is coming for you.
Usually Matt knows why these things. It's like it's automatically dimming and going bright, and dimming and going
Your
bright. I'm like,
monitor or your camera? Like
my monitor. It's this. It's like fucking. It stopped. I think I figured it out. Only the Leprechaun will know. So let's try to hit a. We got some time left, so we're not dead in the water. And God knows we wouldn't with Leon. We don't want to go out with Leprechaun 4. So let's. Fuck my life. I don't. Yeah.
We got 50 minutes left.
Yeah, we can slide on a couple of these.
What? Go, Joker. Go ahead.
So not to not to besmirch Leprechaun 4 in space,
It doesn't.
but we got
it's
another
not-
sci-fi military film kind of on the same level as Aliens, and that would be The Predator.
The Predator, not Predator, but the.
As in the first one.
That's
So
correct.
just
Predator.
Predator.
Just
Predator.
Predator.
The
That's just
Predator.
Yeah, you gotta
is
be
the
careful.
one where they're
You gotta
looking
be careful.
There's another.
Predator is the one with Adrian Brody.
Okay,
And,
okay.
No. The one with
No,
Adrian
that's
Brody is
Predators.
Predators.
That's
Predator.
correct.
Oh, you're right.
Predators was my backup in case Leprechaun 4 wasn't good. It was shot down. So
Yeah.
So, Predator starts off as a
In case they wouldn't talk
So-
about Leprechaun 4.
Predator.
We'll let you ride that straight to the end, Leon. So
It
go
starts
ahead.
So this starts off as a military action film and turns into survival horror within about at the midway point of the film, and we get introduced to one of the most iconic movie big bads of all time. You got Schwarzenegger,
Carl Weathers.
you got Carl Weathers, Jesse the Body. Just it's absolute testosterone filled, just fun ride of this film.
I ain't got time to bleed.
And again, it's got the iconic music, you know,
Yep.
that plays. Yep.
and Arnie goes, "What the hell are
guys,
you?"
you guys wouldn't know this, but as a Leprechaun 4 fan, I actually am also a sexual Tyrannosaurus. You can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't die out here.
Get to the chopper.
Ugly motherfucker.
But yeah, this has so many quotes and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Wordisms.
Get down.
Get down. Put your gun down.
Dylan, you
Big as a
son of a
You
bitch.
son of a
It's as
bitch.
big as a house.
And they're more of
Stick it
a.
out.
Special
I
forces.
guess they're actually they're like a weird deep spec ops team though.
Yeah.
I assume they're army. I assume we don't really get a they don't have a a traditional military look.
Right, right.
obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
Bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here.
and then Dylan
Hey, yo.
is
He's
I
CIA.
guess he used to
He's
be Army,
CIA.
but now he's CIA.
He's a pencil
yeah.
pusher CIA guy.
Yeah, but he still
Yeah,
works
I
on his
don't-
biceps.
Oh, yes, he did.
Now,
Yeah,
I
no,
like to
actually,
believe
yes, the
my-
greatest
my-
high five in movie history, right? Like, it's always they show
No,
that.
well, my head canon is that he actually faked his death in this, but he did lose his hand to the Predator, and then he went on to teach Adam Sandler how to
Yes, yeah, I
Yeah.
And then Jesse the Body with just the coolest movie gun ever.
Yeah.
Payback time.
And the thing about Jesse the Body is he was actually a SEAL in Vietnam.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Old
I didn't know
lady
that
misses
at the
weight.
time of the movie, but
yeah, neither did I. There he is.
This is just
What hasn't he done? He was a wrestler, he was a TV host, he was a senator, a
Governor.
mayor or something.
He was a governor.
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 That's what it was. It was a governor.
Governor Minnesota.
yep.
Man,
And he was-
Minnesota, you didn't know how good you had it.
And he was
Yeah, I
that
know, right?
terrible
Yeah, no
character in
shit.
Running Man.
Now, ironically, they just opened the borders to predators. So
Yeah.
Whoa, that's true. What up,
You got
Bump?
me. I'm the man now.
Yeah, this is just
so
again just
the actor that plays Billy in this was known
Sonny.
for like
He was
getting
fucking mental.
Yeah,
was
he was known
crazy.
for like leaving set at night, getting ridiculously drunk, starting like bar fights in the adjacent towns and shit.
Did he become a U.S. congressman too?
Well, he did.
that would shock me.
They had security to protect everybody from Billy.
Yes, from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did.
Oh, here it is.
There it is. Look at that and all its greatness.
All oiled up and veiny and
Just testosterone just oozing.
All those
This,
words
this,
together.
this is
Blair.
one of the
All
most
those words
masculine
together.
movies. This is just a study in masculinity.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Because that's the fellas.
Now, if you want to watch if you want to watch a really fun commentary on this film, Razor Fist, it's hilarious. Because when the Predator takes off its mask, it says, "And we get to see Nancy Pelosi in her first acting role."
Accepted.
Maxine Waters, maybe even too.
Yeah, maybe.
They have the same hair.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a fantastic film. It's an absolute near perfect film.
So I will say again, from the military's perspective, and this is just kind of one of those funny things that regular people don't necessarily know. They're all talking in the back of the helicopter like they can fucking hear each other.
Right.
Yeah, you're not hearing
All they can hear is
Yeah, you guys mentioned that before, and I laugh every single time I see someone having a conversation on one of those.
right.
Because it's like, oh, they would be able to hear shit.
Yeah, you
one
ain't
in
hearing
the
shit.
scene that's actually shouting as if he's in a helicopter is Shane Black.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, oh, the one that's
Hey,
actually
Billy.
The director of this is John McTiernan, and he's only done
Yes.
like 10 movies, and of those like movies he did, like all but 2 of them are great. He did Hunt for Red October. He did 2 of the Die Hard movies, Die Hard 1 and 3. He did
13th
Tom
Warrior.
Affair, 13th Warrior. He did.
See, I never saw that because I didn't watch the first 12.
God,
You haven't
damn
seen
it,
the
Leon.
13th Warrior, Leon?
You knew what you were in for when you
I
invited me.
know, I know.
Are you serious? You haven't? You're nodding us right now.
Oh, of course I've seen 13th Warrior.
Venkman,
God
wow,
damn it.
that's not
Wow.
Peter Venkman. Wow, that's a
And the first guy that gets killed in it wrote the worst Predator movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shane Black.
That's
Shane
true.
Black.
That is
true.
so fucking terrible. What I did like about the military team in this is you got a good vibe that these guys actually were a unit.
Yeah.
The interaction between the actors, the chemistry they had was very good because you had the friendships within the unit as well as the larger unit itself, and it did feel like it was actually a team.
Right.
and
Hey,
I mean, and if you really need to clear out some jungle brush, just bring these guys around. They'll take care of that.
That was when you okay. So when you're a teenager and you saw this, that was the most badass scene that you ever saw. When they're like mowing down the trees and everything with the minigun, and everyone just runs in and starts shooting. And keep in mind that Mac he already dumped like 100 rounds out of his own gun before he picked up the minigun, which is how he wounded how he actually hit the predator.
Dalek, that seems like classic Arnie. Arnie used to do shit like that.
That
all
was
the
funny,
time.
yeah.
He was a massive fucking troll on set. He was a massive troll. I mean, Carl Weathers was getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning just to go to the gym. Jesse Ventura, the who is it?
What about Billy? Was he
Billy-
trying to drag
Billy
him
was
back?
trying-
to the bar?
He wasn't even back in the room yet.
Billy was starting shit at the local saloon, going, "I'm a predator,
Probably drunk
motherfucker."
in this scene.
Yeah, baptism by firewater.
Yeah.
The costume designers, Jesse Ventura, kept on saying, whose arms are bigger, mine or Arnie's? Arnie's had actually approached them beforehand and said, always say Jesse's are bigger. Always say Jesse's are bigger. Then they measured. And I think Arnie was 3 inches bigger on his biceps. That really fucking
I assume you guys know who the original cast to be in the Predator suit was?
Yeah, it was
Yep.
John
Yeah.
Van
John
Damme.
Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
In a
And
red
the original,
suit.
and the original suit was supposed to look more like a praying mantis bug or something.
Yep,
Not
that's
good.
correct.
Not good. We were so lucky that change happened.
Oh,
Otherwise, we
man,
would
you
not
can't
be talking
imagine the
about
Predator
movie.
doing the splits all the time. Come
Right?
on.
Come on now.
fucking kickboxing fucking Predator.
Thanks to good old Stan Winston.
Although it would make sense though, because I mean the Predator is doing this for literally blood sport. So
Yeah.
Kevin Peter Hall, who plays the Predator, also played one of the helicopter pilots here. So but also,
Oh, really?
He was in a TV show that gets lost called Misfits of Science, which was really good. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in some Star Trek. He was in the horror, the arguably the worst movie in terms of like intent of all time, Mazes and Monsters. He was in that. He's been around.
remember that.
that.
You know, but his original role, and why I love him forever, is in the original Prophecy about the giant mutant bear that was attacking people. He played.
Oh,
it.
the Prophecy.
Wasn't he Harry in the Hendersons?
Uh-huh.
Wasn't he
Was he?
the Sasquatch?
He was, yep.
Now,
Sure
I
he
do
was.
think that I don't think that the budget could afford Jean-Claude Van Damme for the more cocaine that they would have to bring in on set.
Yeah.
Well, you think they're closer to the source?
guy.
Maybe that would help, but you know.
Maybe.
True. It's true.
The Russian dude in this too.
Yep.
What's his
Yeah.
name?
I think we make a bet with Jesse
Sven
for $1,000.
Yeah, he did. That's why it really pissed him off, and it was fucking hilarious troll. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god. So this,
Knock, knock.
and again, we could go on about Predator for the rest of the evening because it's such a fucking solid
Yeah.
movie,
The
and the
Predator-
military aspect is fucking
just one final thing.
great.
Predator has had a much better run than I would say Aliens has, because like there are.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just thinking, because not only is Predator and Predator, like I would say Predator 2's not near as good as the first one. Predator 2 is still pretty good. Predators, of course, amazing. But Predators, the relatively recent one, the one with Adrian Brody, is a very solid film. I saw it for the first time pretty recently because I
like
didn't
that.
know there was a difference between The Predator and Predators. I was like, oh, I know there was two different movies. To me, it's like, oh, everything after two sucks. Plus, the first AVP is, it's both an Alien and Predator movie. The first one isn't bad.
That's a great guilty pleasure for me. It's not fantastic, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it a lot. I like the third Predator. I like Predators an awful lot too. And I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed all the killers on the planet. And
only thing I don't like about it is the super predators. I thought they were a little wonky looking without the mask on.
I will
Matt,
say,
Matt, you were
going to
say something?
Gotten better
Well, yeah, the
treatment.
voice of the Predator in the first movie, not that voice. It was done by the great Peter Cullen, who was the original Optimus Prime.
Oh, really?
Right.
I did
yeah.
not
You
know
know
that.
that.
I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Matt, what is your take for tonight?
So there's a movie. I had a lot of different ways I can go with this. We've done some of my favorites like Spectral and Them on this show already. So I'm going to go with one of my all-time favorite sci-fi military movies. It's based on a book by Barry Longyear. They never did it. It was supposed to he wrote a trilogy, and they never did the two sequels, even though the movie was somewhat successful. It's called Enemy Mine. It came out in 1985.
It's Dennis Quaid, isn't it?
This is a
Dennis
great
Quaid and
fucking
Louis
movie.
Gossett Jr.
Louis Gossett Jr., yeah.
Yep. Like some of the best character acting. Like, remember the episode Darmok and Star Trek? How Paul Winfield
Yeah.
and Picard.
That's my favorite episode.
Yeah,
or
how that
in
incredible.
Star Trek.
Even though they didn't speak the same language, they learned to understand one another. A lot of that went on here. The actors did great work with the structure of the story, where they couldn't really speak to each other at first as characters, so they had to do a lot of like pantomiming and learning to communicate and body language stuff. And that is one of the great sort of this movie. Yes, there are some flaws with it. I mean, some of the effects are a little hokey, whatever, right? But the character acting is incredible, and the overall story, even though you have to fill in some of the holes with like the novella and all that, like why is this war going on? How did it really end and all that? Like, because they basically skipped. Like, if you remember, has everyone seen this movie?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of dive
Yeah.
right into the war.
So
It's already happening.
I'm going to spoiler the 45-year-old movie. So basically, at the end of the movie ends with the rescue, right? The series ends with the epilogue that they do, where he goes to Zex's planet and reads the lineage, and he's the first human and just bridges the gap between. So the movie's basically this: these two alien species, humans and Drax, encounter each other and have a war, and because they can't communicate at first, they have basically no ability. It's just war for the sake of war, right? Because there's no way to stop it because they can't communicate. And however, it evolves on with some of the worst human elements, humanized. I mean, I could go on and on about this movie. It's so much
Well,
stuff.
and they get marooned on this planet together. That's the crux of it.
Yeah,
The human pilot and the Drax pilot are stuck on this incredibly hostile alien world together, and they, it's that kind of friends of necessity working together. And Louis Gossett is in the makeup the entire. He's this lizard dude the entire fucking movie. It's Louis Gossett under that, but he does such an incredible job with it.
He is such an underrated actor. I mean, I've enjoyed Luke Gossett Jr. Even some of the bad movies he was in. You know, he's such an underrated actor. And then the director for this, he only did like 15 movies, and they read like a list of masterpieces. Das Boot, The Never-Ending Story, In the Line of Fire, Air Force One, The Perfect Storm, Troy. What else? He did the underrated movie about the outbreak. That's the underrated movie about the outbreak with Donald Sutherland and.
The movie Outbreak. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, this guy Wolfgang, the director.
Byron James.
Yeah, again.
Oh yeah.
You know, again, another underrated. This movie takes a bunch of underrated actors. Byron James, Luke Gossett Jr., who did all this great work. The guy who played one of David's team. He was in Tremors, and he was in the TV show The Pretender. There's a lot of great casting. I should say there's a lot of casting of the people you've seen around. You know what I'm saying? But and for the hard to even the visuals, like it's a very dark universe, and they're driven by all this war, and they're trying to find their way past it. And when you have David, who is which is the character played by Dennis Quaid, and he's raising Zamis, which is the name of the alien baby. You can see, like, obviously it's a prop early on, then eventually it becomes a kid. You know, you can see. You know what this also the reason if you want to see another version of that did something really good with this type of relationship, although they could speak the language, the TV show for Alien Nation. Another alien and human interaction, and it's all incredible character work by these actors. It's in a very compelling sci-fi universe with where this endless war is going on for years, and Willis David is the first human to bridge the gap and learn the complicated Drac language, which includes a lot of the reason I brought up Dharma, because for those who never watched it, the aliens speak in storytelling, basically. So they reference current events by prior legends, basically. And the Drac language is complicated like that. You had to constantly refer to the lineage of the previous Dracs, and so he mastered the language and became the ambassador. And again, that's the whole book series. But I really wish, if anything could be given a modern treatment where they do the whole book series and do it with not negative, they won't do anything but justice now. But I would have loved to see the sequels to this movie. Especially back when
there's a movie called Hell in the Pacific, which follows the same kind of storyline. It's got a Japanese and American guy get shot down on an island, and they fight each other at first, and then they have to figure out how to survive to get off the island. Yeah.
That was that's actually a trope. Japanese soldier gets lost on island in Pacific. That trope has shown up in so many like TV shows and movies. But the one you're talking about...
Well, I mean, they have their fair share of islands.
Yeah. The one you're talking about had Lee Marvin and...
that's it. That's
and Toshiro Mifune, too. That's probably... That's incredible casting right there, you know? And...
that's just...
Jacob,
go back.
The Byron James?
The guy who did this, Jacob, who did Excalibur?
Just dying to get memed by Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the director for Hell in the Pacific. He did Excalibur. He did Deliverance.
John Boorman?
John Boorman.
Yes.
He did Zardoz. Okay. He did...
Fucking Zardoz, man. Good Lord.
Zardoz.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. He did...
This was a good movie, though.
Yeah. Well, he did a lot.
There's this...
Yeah.
This one had just so much going for it. And you're right. The space effects are effective. They're not fantastic, but they don't need to be because the essentially two-man play that is 90% of the movie is so well done between these two actors.
Wait, the special effects in space.
Can we please do Zardoz?
we are you know what? We will do Zardoz one day. I'll put that on. We will do Zardoz. Just because
Sean Connery's like, okay, I'll do acid, but I still want to hit women.
We should do a special 70s sci-fi thing.
Oh wow!
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, but the space effects and ships look like something out of a Doctor Who episode from the 80s.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they're like I said, they're not fantastic, but they don't need to be, because just like Doctor Who, old Doctor Who, the writing is so good that you forgive a lot of the stuff. But the effects on the planet, I think, are very well done. The creatures on the planet, the Drax creature himself,
right?
Whose
The,
name I don't
the
remember,
makeup and costume,
is just fucking brilliant. That had to be uncomfortable as all fuck, and it is so alien looking. He is just a bizarre looking fucking creature.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. It was on Netflix forever, and one day I just pulled the trigger on it, and I was like pleasantly surprised with how good this movie was.
Yeah, and this one doesn't get a lot of fanfare. I mean, it's not like Aliens or Star Trek.
I saw this in the theater, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it doesn't get enough recognition. It's why you guys know I try to pick something that's lesser known to get it out there more with with these topics.
But this one, that's a good choice. That's if you haven't seen that one, find it. It's probably not. It's probably like $6 to get it on DVD if you want to, or on one of the other.
It's probably free on Tubi, to be honest.
And
I don't know what
the guy who did the
is.
music for this did
you got to get Tubi, dude. It's free.
He did what was the Harrison Ford movie? The Witness. He did I think he did The Longest Day too. The soundtracks for this, you know.
So that good choice, man. Let's go along the bottom here. We'll go along the bottom panel. Blair, what is your choice, my friend?
So I have an honorable mention, real quick. Godzilla movies. I think the biggest failure of the United States Armed Infantry was never creating a lightning cannon. Do you remember they used to roll those fuckers and like just taser them?
Yeah.
But it's like a giant taser that could taser an entire city. I think we should totally make that. But that being said,
Blair, real quick, just to add to that. So Godzilla is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I actively looked for Godzilla movies that qualify as military sci-fi, and I couldn't find one that I thought I adequately hit the genre because, like you, I so desperately wanted to, but they're more political than specifically military in many of the instances, which is why I didn't feel like it worked. But dude, I'm right there with you. God damn, it's so close, but doesn't quite do it.
I know, it's so cool.
And yet, you found Leprechaun 4.
My pick is Battlefield. I think it's called Battle for LA.
Oh,
Battle Los Angeles.
I fucking love this movie.
That is like the most realistic. Yeah, okay, aliens are coming to planet. Okay, that's weird, but the way they fight, that seems like the most realistic thing that would happen. Because he's
really old for a fucking staff sergeant, though. He should be a fucking gunny. But he's still too old to be a staff sergeant. Again,
that's like the biggest thing in all military. If John Wayne can be in The Longest Day playing a 26-year-old at damn near 60, you know. He set the bar for whatever they do with that.
Wasn't one of the plot points his career got sort of blocked because of
something happened?
It's like Maverick.
He lost his team in Iraq or Afghanistan, so they never say he was busted, but obviously he had no more love to further his career. So
I liked the way this movie was shot. It was a lot of that kind of jerky cam stuff, but it did do a nice job putting you in the action while still maintaining the external stuff. So you had the movie going on where it wasn't just like Blair Witch shit.
Right.
A lot of cinema goers actually got nauseous because of the camera work.
I believe it.
In this, really? No, I can buy that.
And one of the things about this movie, I guess you call it even a subgenre, which makes it really good, is you always have to have an explanation because if the aliens could just fly here in a spaceship in orbit, they're going to win, right? So the movies that are really good in this sort of subgenre come up with a way to explain the aliens that they can only send a small amount on a long trip, which is the premise here, right? They had to send this sort of robot alien to make a landing, have a base, and hold fort until more help can eventually get there if the base held, so to speak. That was the premise with the machinery here.
And their technology is based on water.
Yeah.
So they've got to get on the land and hit the beaches and start
Yeah.
getting the water for their energy. And
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The other thing about it is that the weapons they're using are not like overpowering to the point that you can't fight back. Right.
right.
So
Yes.
So I take it this
not-
movie, I've never even heard of this, but it's a great album by Rage Against the Machine before they were fags.
Yeah.
it's got. I mean, you know, it's pretty good. It's not like the best movie ever, but the action's good. It takes a little while to get going,
hmm
and then it really gets going.
And there's some nice writing.
I
where-
do. Go
where
ahead.
they
Go ahead.
depict the soldiers, for instance, when I mean, it looks torturous. They're trying to figure out how to kill the aliens, and that's when you also find out the aliens are basically like enslaved cyborgs. You know, when they're trying to cut into it to see where the vulnerable parts are, because they're using all their ammo that's not killing the
I
aliens.
thought that was a great scene
Yeah.
too. They
Where
actually,
they're-
you know, we got to find out how to kill these things.
Yeah.
That was
And they're
great.
talking about how it's all meshed together. Like these are like very committed troops because they're all, you know, you can't take the gun off of them. It's actually implanted in them.
Part of
Implanted
them.
into them.
I got the impression from the technology that the plan was to make that these soldiers were basically enslaved, and they planned to make more humans into more slaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never got that.
Yeah,
I
well,
got
Air
the
Force
other
Girl.
these were like the most hardcore soldiers they had to storm the beaches.
And that could be true too. It just seems, you know, that, like, why were they trying to establish a footing in one of the populated areas? The only thing useful there would be the people. You know?
Hello.
But otherwise, I mean, and it does start off a bit slow. Maybe the first third of it.
Well, I actually liked that build up where it's you do kind of get to know these people a little bit
Yeah.
before you dive into it. And,
Yes.
and I was okay with that.
Yeah.
I also very much I did like, although like I said, he's too old to be a staff sergeant, but that neither here nor there. I thought the military aspects of it were done well.
Yeah.
As far as the interactions of the team. Now, you didn't get to know all these team members very well, which, you know, that just kind of happens in a movie where you have a cast that big.
They die fast.
You got a lot of people who die fast.
They're all
By the
wearing
way-
uniforms with the same helmet. You can't really, unless they have name tags, you can't really tell who's who unless it's a close-up shot.
Yeah.
And, you know, but
By the-
all of their gear looks realistic. They're not carrying anything crazy, you know.
By the way,
No, what they're wearing works. It's
Yeah.
I can't pick that apart, which is good.
The director for this movie, his first movie is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I tell you all the time. It's called Darkness Falls. If you haven't seen it yet, you should.
This is the same movie that did Darkness Falls. It's one of my favorite horror
Yes.
films as well.
Yes,
I love Darkness Falls.
Good movie.
We should do it. We should do it in.
I wish they would have done a sequel to this, but I know why they didn't. But
Yeah.
Right. See,
Well,
nice
they
thing
tell
is
us
here
the
you do
more-
have a first sergeant, so you do have a legitimate enlisted chain of command, which is nice. You don't just have the one guy, you know, you're kind of your mid-level manager doing things. You have a legitimate chain of command, which is good to see, unlike Alien.
yeah, this
Some
was
retard
I really
lieutenant.
just really enjoyed it because also it's mostly you're with these guys in the military. You're not with, you know, the aliens. You know, they're actually barely seen, and you know, it's not space lasers. And you know, like the beginning of Terminator, the kind of the military they actually have, you know, some laser
Yes.
pistols, and those are very cool. You know, it was very quick. You know, the little battle they had in Terminator, because you know it's all in modern or 1980s. But this is like one of the best sci-fi I think even better than Aliens, where it's just you're all with a military unit,
Yeah, you're fully from the perspective of the military for this whole.
Yeah,
movie.
you start off.
It's like, I mean, you think of movies like what's the newer movie Warfare? If any of you guys have seen that, it's
I
an
love
excellent
that
film.
movie. Yes,
But it's I don't
I
want
haven't
to.
seen
It's
that yet.
not the same, but you're being in the mix with the troops the whole time. You do. I mean, you get external shots like these in this movie, but you are
Yeah.
with the troops for, like I said, like 90% of the movie. You're in there with them while they're doing the job. So
Yeah.
you get that, immersion effect, which I think is very good.
yeah.
But yeah, good choice, man. I like this one, and I think they must have had a lot of help from actual military, just because of this isn't there is CGI in this movie, but not everything is CGI in this movie. They are using actual assets.
They got help because they didn't make the military look like retards.
Right.
We don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cast actually got tactic trainings from the U.S. Marines as well.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
No, and it's good, and you can
It shows.
you get that better realism for sure from that. I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
especially
that.
when they're moving in the beginning, when they're moving around trying to find survivors. They're very, checking rooftops and covering each other and calling out to each other when they're doing an ammo change or, looking left, look right, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Did this movie have that many women in it?
No.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, that's a lot of
No,
that's
no,
a
no.
lot of bitches. There weren't no bitches in this movie. There's like one.
Didn't have hardly any.
Two
You
or
got-
three.
Yeah,
you got
Michelle
three.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And Michelle
Right.
Rodriguez. This is the
Bridget
time
plays
before
Bridget
she
Miller
got
Hangers.
Hangers
bombed.
was in there.
She plays an airman specialist.
She did.
And she
And
does
then
a
there's
fine
civilian. Yeah.
You got Bridget,
So,
who was
and-
in the police station, and then you've got the young girl.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, that was it. There
not
was like
yet,
three
not-
of them.
There was three.
And that's quite honestly, that's very realistic for the fucking situation because the military is mostly fucking dudes. So just and phrasing on that might not have been appropriate, but you know what I mean. It's more funny. So that's a fucking good choice, dude. I like that movie a lot. If you've done the job, I think you may like it more than if you haven't.
That's
As
probably
far
my
as
favorite
the
movie Aaron
military.
Eckhart was ever into, by the way.
No, and I can see. I feel bad for Aaron Eckhart. His career kind of went here, and then he went. Who the
Dude,
fuck is
he's
Aaron
an
Eckhart?
actor that never made it when he should have, because like a lot of people know him from the Dark Knight, which he's great
Dark
in.
Knight.
Right.
But he also did one of Johnny Depp's most underrated films, The Rum Diaries, and Aaron Eckhart is great in that as a sleazy, crooked politician.
Thank you for smoking.
Thank you for smoking.
Thank you for
Great
smoking
this
fucking
good,
movie.
yeah.
But yeah, what the fuck happened? Because he's past his prime now.
Wasn't he in
can
some
still
kind
do
of
stuff.
Frankenstein movie?
He was.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Frankenstein
well,
gargoyle thing.
Yeah.
and it actually wasn't
I
terrible.
didn't
It wasn't
know
terrible.
that.
But it
I
wasn't.
liked it.
It wasn't like career making.
Is the guy who made Underworld too? That writer.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
In the
All right,
core as well.
we're gonna kind of trek through here, and we can go over a little bit because I did a lot of fucking chores around the house today. So Sammy, what is your choice, my friend?
Obviously, it's
You
going
know
to be this soon-to-be classic, Ice Cube vehicle, War of the Worlds 2025.
Oh God, I have not seen that yet.
I'm not even bringing that on.
You're
the
not
screen.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn it, that would be so much fun to talk about.
I do want to talk. You know what? Fine, we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
You know, it was lovely having Sammy with us
Right,
tonight.
right.
He's always a hoot.
He's learning.
He's a good time, Sammy. That's what we call him here. Fuck you, Sammy.
No, it's good. I did. If we have more time, I would like to dive
I've
into
heard
that.
it so
But
bad.
I want to. You know what? This one, it technically is military sci-fi. Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll allow it. It's not quite what I had envisioned, but I'll allow it.
But
Are you
it is
doing
a
it
great
there?
movie.
Do Independence Day.
Though it does fall into the parameters of military sci-fi. It has all the necessary sci-fi elements.
Yep.
It's got the military elements. I mean, yeah, it's not the same as it's not a traditional pick, but I think
I would
works.
qualify this more as superhero action.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but
mean it
we
can't-
should allow it
it can't
because it
be
has
there, but-
Haley Outwell in it.
Right.
I love Haley Atwell so much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
She is awesome.
And I don't. This is not a hot take, but the Captain America franchise is the best of all the Marvel films.
That is
I
I think
definitely
we
a
can
hot
say
take.
it was
It's
the
time
best
third one.
franchise.
Oh.
Well, no, it still
Yeah.
is. Because despite
It was
the
the most consistent.
hang on, Mrs.
Right.
of the Empire is looking at me from the side of the screen here. What is it, Mrs. of the Empire? You want me to mute? Otherwise, you're going to hear her, and you all know she sounds like, I
We
gotta
wanna
go
hear
to
her.
the mute right now because otherwise I'm going to kick your ass all around the room. All right, hang on.
I mean, this is. I mean,
Well-
take the Anthony Mackie film out of the
Yep.
equation, but
Yeah.
this film,
That doesn't count.
Civil War, and this film, the Winter Soldier and Civil War are some of the best Marvel films.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
I would disagree, but
Well,
that's-
and you'll be wrong, but
I mean,
that's fine.
I don't. To be fair, I was even as an
Hey,
avid comic
I
reader
got to
for
go
my
look
whole
for
life,
peanut butter real fast. Talk amongst yourself. I'm in fucking
Okay.
trouble. Hang on.
Yeah,
I
but
was never
seriously,
drawn
Nazis
to
with
Captain
laser
America
guns.
as a character. So
What do
Yeah.
you think is do you think that Winter Soldier is the best MCU movie like a lot of
Yes.
people do?
no, Thor, Ant-Man, and Civil War are all better than Winter Soldier.
Ant-Man?
Yes, the first Ant-Man film is a.
I don't know. Civil War
kind of
might be my favorite.
that is a lofty Nadia, you're high on crack take.
Yes.
If I ever heard
What happened? I was only gone for a second. Something
yeah.
terrible happened.
Um,
So I
let's
was in
see.
trouble for something that she said I threw away, that she had literally taken out of the cupboard and put on the counter behind her. So that's
I
What-
too was married once, twice actually.
Twice.
so
fuck.
wait,
Mrs.
so
of the
wait,
Empire,
say that
if you're
again,
watching.
'cause it's so incredulous, like it escaped my mind just now.
No,
I think it
Ant-Man,
was
Ant-Man
Civil
being
War
the best
that
MCU
Leon-
movie.
Leon says
What?
that Ant-Man is a better film than The Winter Soldier.
I like
Yes.
Ant-Man. I like it mainly
What?
because of what's his name doing the storytelling in it is fucking
Yeah.
the best. and it's a decent movie, but better.
So
than
so
Winter Soldier.
here's the issue with and this might be that's a subjective thing or whatnot. However, even before all of his batshit political takes and whatnot, I've always thought Chris Evans is a terrible actor. And if your leading actor is playing in a terrible version of an iconic character that therefore does not grant me any immersion, it
I
ruins
disagree with
your
that.
entire film.
Really,
Okay,
I
so-
had no
so-
problem
okay,
with
so-
Chris Evans
okay, so-
as
I
Captain
can't.
America.
I
know he's
think
a
Chris
douchebag,
Evans was a
but-
terrible casting for Captain America.
Oh,
all
see,
the
I-
way.
okay.
I disagree.
I gotta
Who do
disagree.
you-
I gotta
Who do
disagree.
you think would have been a better casting then?
Jensen Ackles.
okay.
I don't know.
I mean-
Here's my problem with Jensen Ackles, and I enjoy Supernatural very much, and I like Countdown, the show that he's on currently.
Yeah, it's a pretty
fucking a
decent
lot.
show.
But the problem is, he's the same fucking character. He's Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles is Dean. Jensen Ackles is whatever the fuck his name is on that show.
A lot of actors
I
are
think,
just
I
who
think
they
he's
are.
fun. I don't think he has a lot of range though. So if he was in this,
true,
it would
I
be
would
Dean
like
as
him-
Captain America.
Okay, so here's the thing. So here's the thing with Chris Evans, and this is what Marvel did very well at the start. They took as their leads, they
love this.
took actors that were kind of either unknown in the mainstream and surrounded them with an amazing supporting cast. And
Because
that's what-
Edward Norton in the Hulk was a complete unknown. Yes.
Well, Ed Norton was impossible to work with. Also,
Thank
that
you.
wasn't part. That was prior to this.
That
So
was
they
prior
kinda
to the
shoehorned it
buyout.
in.
Yes, it was
There
still
was a
part of the
Universal
MCU.
film.
Yeah, so they didn't. Yeah, that wasn't. And that's
Well, it's still
unfortunately. I
technically
wish Ed
canon,
Norton had
yeah.
been
right.
No, they shoehorned it into the MCU, but it was not part of the MCU before it became part of the MCU. And like I said, Ed Norton, who I loved very much in that role, he was my favorite. Bruce Banner and Hulk
Right.
was a fucking nightmare to work with. Which is why they didn't invite him back.
Well, he
after.
did
Right.
save that movie, though. If you look up what he did, he
Right.
rewrote the script on the fly and saved that movie.
Chris Evans has only starred in one film where I thought that he was fine in it, and frankly, even then, it's the supporting cast that carries it, which is Push. But whether
Push
it be
is good.
not another teen
He was
movie
great in not
or-
another teen movie.
See, I can't stand him in not another teen movie. Again, there's
I
just
don't
something
know what
about
that
him
is.
that
He was okay in
really
Knives
rubs
Out.
me the wrong way.
What wasn't he also in The Losers?
You didn't like his
it
Johnny
was
Storm?
a fine movie, but it's carried by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, not him.
It is carried by
That's
Jeffrey Dean
not what I
Morgan.
asked.
He
I
was
asked,
in Scott
wasn't he in
Pilgrim
it?
versus the World.
Right.
Yeah, for
That's
five
true, he
for 5
was.
minutes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm
That
not
was
saying
funny.
he's,
I like that movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying that every movie he's in is a bad movie. Because there's a lot of movies you guys are just listed there. Like I like Scott Pilgrim. He's in it for 5 minutes and dies. But as the leading role of the iconic Captain America, like I
I thought it
don't
was
know,
fine.
it never worked.
I
for
really,
me.
that's funny. I had no problem with him in this role, but I mean, everybody does have a different take on things, and that's fine. If we all like the same shit, this wouldn't be a very interesting world.
Right.
Although
right.
subjectively,
No, I hate you now.
objectively,
I disagree.
Leprechaun 4 is a reason to have you sent to a camp, Leon. I'm just saying, if I'm ever,
There's a
if I
special
ever
week in Arkham just
if
for
going to a
you,
camp,
Leon.
I would love to go to a
and Chris
camp.
Evans, Captain America, saves you.
not this camp.
I
It's
would love
not-
to, no, my mother was afraid if she sent me to camp, I'd get molested, so I missed that boat. I would love to do it.
well, that
I never
happen.
got
That is
molested,
possible.
no matter what.
Again, there's a special week in Arkham just for that.
But I can't say
Oh,
this.
Lord.
One of the good casting choices they made for the movie was Haley Atwell.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Also, Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving is great in this.
Hugo, Stanley Tucci.
They should have
Yeah, I
made
mean-
him the big bad of Phase 1 and saved Thanos.
Mhm.
Man, that would have been fucking awesome. Yeah, you have a great Red Skull arc.
His
I don't
assistant
that
guy
would
was
have been
cast
nice.
pretty well too.
Everyone he's traditionally
Well-
a Captain America villain, but everyone's fought Red Skull. Fucking Spider-Man
Yes.
has fought Red Skull.
Yes,
I think-
everybody has.
I think
Or as
they
we
had
call him in
wanted
our
to
house,
use-
Spider-Man.
I think
Are
they
you
wanted
talking
to-
about
Bob and
Dr.
Sheila Spider-Man?
I think they wanted to use the Red Skull more, but Weaving said no because of the makeup.
what?
The makeup is very difficult to wear. I
Yeah.
fucking
Is that Dr.
love it.
Zeloff?
He said it actually damaged his skin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Baron Zemo?
Oh, really?
Oh, no,
No,
yeah,
no,
you're
no,
talking about-
Him.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great little weirdo.
This is like,
He pops
looks
up
like
in
the
all kinds
Down
of shit.
syndrome.
Yeah.
No, dude, this is the Down syndrome version of what's his name from Indiana Jones. Though
I was
From
going to
Raiders of
say
the Lost
the
Ark.
exact same thing.
The guy
He
that
does.
gets his
He
paw
got it.
burned with the staff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
Let
coat
me show
hanger.
you what I am used to. Poor little fella. He's made the most of his career, though. He's had an excellent career.
I
You
mean,
know, I
no,
like
that's
Sebastian
just what
Stan.
happens when you look at the Ark of the Covenant.
That's what. Yeah, he survived. He survived. Sebastian Stan. I love all the Hydra tech as well. So that's where your science fiction aspects come into
Yes.
this.
Okay.
From the Tesseract.
Natalie
She's
Dormer.
cute.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's cute.
Now,
I actually have a Tesseract out
Okay,
here
so-
somewhere in my
So
in the garage.
just a little side note: the guy who played that Skull in guy who played Red Skull in Infinity War in Endgame.
Yes.
If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, the actor's
Yep.
name is Ross DeMarquand, and he does a lot of the voice work. I've met him a few times at a con in Salt Lake. Real nice guy.
That's cool. Yeah, and I knew that, but I'm sure not everybody knew that. So if you did watch Walking Dead, that's when they were in Alexandria,
Yeah, he lost
Is
his
when
hand.
he
He had like
showed
a
up,
fake
right?
end.
and
Yeah,
he
he's a
was
good
good
Yeah.
character. A little too much Evans there. I like this movie an awful lot though. And I know Leon doesn't like Chris Evans. That's fine. We'll just leave that hanging over here. But as far, like I said, I enjoyed I enjoyed him as Captain America, but I enjoyed the Captain America until you get to the last one, which is not
Right.
Captain America.
And to be
We will
fair,
not-
that's why I am a big Civil War fan, because while Civil War is technically a Captain America movie, it's basically Avengers 2.5,
That's what it
as
is.
everyone says, and you have so many other heroes and actors that are all sharing the limelight almost equally. So
Yeah.
And the nice thing, they did a good job with it in that era of Marvel. They were able to have a fucking big cast, lots of characters, but no one ever really got lost
Russo brothers.
in the mix.
That's why.
And they did
Yeah.
they did a
The
wonderful
Russos.
job with that. The only character, well, one of the characters I feel just kind of down the road, even in the regular part of the MCU, who I think got a bad deal was Bucky. After Civil War, he's this big badass crazy guy in
Soldier.
Winter Soldier,
Great film.
and then in Civil War, and then we get to the others where he's just living like in Infinity War. He was really fucking drawn back. You didn't really get that same Bucky vibe.
on Disney and Marvel and the MCU. I can't even blame Sebastian Stan for that. But for those of you that read Captain America comics growing up, whatnot, and all the old school ones, Bucky works better as a villain. I never liked Bucky, even in the comics, when he turned back to being a hero and started working with Cap. And so when you take a character that didn't work in the comics as a hero and you follow that arc of turning him to a hero in the movies, it doesn't work there either.
Well, they ruined him in the comics with overexposure. Like anything that happens with, like they ruined the Punisher with overexposure. They ruined, they ruined Venom.
Yeah,
with
they did it with Red Hood.
Red Hood.
Yep.
Well, but I mean, like Bucky, the Winter Soldier was the number 2 villain after Red Skull for Cap, and they didn't really give us Bucky as a villain enough at all in the MCU. You've got that one movie, Winter Soldier, and even by the end of that, you start to slowly see his change with him saving Cap and whatnot.
Well, the MCU was all one and done with almost everyone except Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing you got to think of is that their ultimate goal was this shoe-hire DEI bullshit of making Falcon the bloody Captain America. Mm-hmm. So what were the fans all wanting for at that point in time? Was it to go to Bucky?
Right.
Everybody wanted it to go to Bucky. So they had to bring him back. They had to pull him back from the front line and make him a bit part character to prevent that.
Well, in defense of that, even in the comics, when Bucky took up the mantle of Captain America, those comics fucking sucked. So, it wouldn't have worked in the film either way. But I do get what you're saying and agree, yeah.
Well, that would have been a better thing for the Falcon Winter Soldier show is, like who wanted the shield less? Because none of them thought that they deserved it. That might have been an interesting premise for a show. Instead, it was just like, black people.
Yeah. Instead, it's like, I can't get a loan from my sister's boat.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not even talk about that because it was so bad. I don't want to waste our time on that failed fucking abortion of the fucking show. So let's go.
Actually, it was a very successful abortion, I should say. It killed all those characters.
It did. It killed them bad. Jacob Ironside. Let's. What do you have there, meme master?
Since nobody brought it up, and this is a sci-fi military show, Starship Troopers.
And I am 100% fine with this. I couldn't say it earlier, but I'm true. Fucking type. Learn to type. Okay, and there we got it.
I went to high school with the guy who got eaten by the winged bug. The first one that got eaten by them.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
Just flex on us that you went to high school. Sorry, I dropped out of high school. That was a joke. That
way to show off, dude.
Wow,
such a great movie, and I really liked it. I saw it in the theater.
Yes.
You got the part where he's like, "We're going in with the first wave. That just means there's more bugs for us to kill."
So why is there a commercial in the middle of my fucking? Oh well, they ruined it.
If you upgrade to IMDb Plus, for $199.
Damn it. Now, the military aspect of this was real fucking loosey-goosey. I mean, Carmen becomes a captain at age 20, but that's fine. I know they have a lot of people getting killed off. I understand that. So your field promotions were hot.
Yeah.
So to understand that, and this is I recognize this is a well-made, enjoyable move for a lot of people. I read the book when I was very young, and the book was a serious take about the honor of serving in the military, of public service. It was very political in a sense. And Verhoeven basically designed the plot of the movie to be a satire on the book, which did not respect what Heinlein was saying in the book, right? So the fact that he's like 20-year-old and in the field is he's making fun of the fact that military service. He's saying it's just a grinder, you know, and all that. So I understand people. I respect that you can like this movie, especially if you've never read the book. But I personally just more and more time passes on. I just like this movie more and more.
They had some of those ineffective weapons ever in this. I mean,
I read both. I read and liked it, but I read the movie and I read the movie. Fuck, my brain doesn't work. Read the book and saw the movie, and yes, they are not quite. They're not the same critter. One, yes, you're right. It's more of a parody, and my fucking screen is doing it again. That's so weird. I like the weapons in this were cool. I like the fucking bugs. I like that they use the meteors. There's just a lot of really cool aspects of this.
I mean, the thing is, you've got to understand that the movie was a poke at the books. It was a complete, we're not interested in what you're saying in the books. We're going to do a complete parody, satirical poke at the book from a completely different angle. But that doesn't make the film, not in my perspective, it doesn't make the film bad for that. But you've just got to walk in knowing that's what it is.
I think normally it would. This is a rare instance because at least if you're a source material purist, things like this should be egregious. However, that's what makes Starship Troopers such a unique oddity, is that it is so good as a standalone, as a film on its own, regardless of the source material, that it now I've seen plenty of people who've read the book that do hate the movie and whatnot. But that being said, as a piece of art, a piece of fiction, whatnot, put screen for this medium, it's so well done on so many levels that it's almost like, okay, it's actually very akin to Civil War, which we just talked about, and that movie doesn't follow the comics at all. But it's like, damn, this is so good. I kind of just gotta shut the fuck up.
Well, Verhoeven is legit being critical of a piece of art he doesn't like, which is a book, with the movie, and that's fine. Artists do that, okay? And he made a good, enjoyable movie with it. It's just, you know, ultimately, sometimes with adaptations, you choose sides. And, to give a counterexample, when, Ender's Game, right? Totally disrespected the original with that horrible movie version of it. And, like, that was the exact opposite of what Verhoeven did, where it was like Verhoeven wanted to make a good movie and express an artistic viewpoint, which disagreed with the book, right? Fine. They made Ender's Game and they shit all over the book. So they made which totally shit over the book for purposes of doing it and nothing else, you know. So.
Well, also, I mean, and Starship Troopers, everybody, most people know this movie and most people enjoy this movie. Ender's Game, that's a movie that will be forgotten.
Yeah, that movie, I saw it once and I was like, it was terrible. But this is great. So Tombi has to go.
Okay. And I know it's like fucking, like I said, it's 17 o'clock where you are, so I'm glad you were able to join us.
Honestly, guys, thank you very much indeed. It's been an absolute blast to come on the show again. Yeah, fuck the time zones, but I've got to be up in like 3 hours for work, so unfortunately.
Oh God damn it, dude! Well, thank you for
thanks for
giving up your time to spend with us. Very much appreciated. Do you have stuff coming up, dude, that you want to talk about?
I've shitloads of stuff coming up literally every day. So tomorrow, most of the things I'm doing currently are all on the Rumble side. So you will find podcasts going across to multi-platforms, but my gaming streams are solely on Rumble. Tomorrow I've got Tombi's Two Penny Thoughts, where I talk to the chat for a good hour and a half, talking about movies, news, TV, films, you name it. Afterwards, a gaming stream with the wife, a couple of hours playing some Fortnite, a couple of hours playing different games. On to Saturday, the podcast I did with the wife, which is two teas in a pod, followed by Anime After Dark, where we watch some anime for a good 3 hours. Sunday Spotlight, where we highlight small creators and streamers and give them a bit of networking boost, as well as look at stuff that they're doing. What can we learn from them? What can they learn from us, kind of thing. So, yeah, that's basically it. back into next week. Tuesday for Team Play Tuesday, Wednesday Hump Day Tunewag. Come and find me all the socials at the Real Tombi. But guys, thank you very much indeed. It's been an absolute pleasure to be on the show yet again. And yeah, time for bed, I think.
All right,
Jim, never
sleep,
change.
And thank you again, brother. It was good.
Always
to have you
good
with
to
us.
see you, pal.
Yep. Likewise, guys. Right, I'm off.
Later,
Take
Tom.
care.
Bye for now.
Cheers.
Fucking love that guy.
Gonna miss him.
Tommy's a sweetheart.
Yeah, you're right there.
It's okay, Sammy.
So-
It's okay.
Where'd Tommy go?
I know. Object permanence. So, like I said, for me, this hits a lot. I fucking Michael Ironside. I love Michael Ironside. He's one of those actors. Him being in it makes it a better thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and he plays a good guy, but he's a rough good guy. But he usually plays kind of a bad guy, and he's a great character though. Wait, is that your dude, Joker?
No.
No, later on.
The one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I mean, lots of bugs, lots of death.
Yeah, the flying bugs is the one he got.
The guy goes up to get a better signal in the
Yep.
flying bug.
Yep, that's him.
So, yeah, I mean, this is like what I had in my head for the genre. I mean, we've hit a lot of the same stylings of movies, though, where it is very much a military-centric movie with you're fighting a thing, the critter, whatever the critter is. So it's a good Clancy fucking Brown, man. He is, god damn, he was good. He's no Dave Bautista. I'll tell you, that's a little joke. Fuck my life. Oh, did you hear? This is an aside. Karen Gillian is going to be in the movie. I'm assuming she's going to be Heather.
The new
Highlander.
So now they now have two good casting
I'm fine with that.
choices: Henry Cavill and her, and then two
I saw she
bad
posted
and-
on X. She was like, "We're not going to need the dialogue
Yeah,
coach."
yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I
no
saw
one's
that
going to be
too.
able to understand what I'm saying. Fucking Scots.
I mean,
Pete, we'll have to get PJ.
she actually
as
is
an
a
interpreter.
Scot, so it works well.
No, she's fucking. I love her. She's one of the few who have risen from Doctor Who fame to big stardom, as
Right.
opposed to the
Yeah.
others who kind of like here. I mean, Matt Smith doing House of the Dragon, fine. What's his name? The other
He
one.
was in the like Fantastic Beasts franchise and stuff or whatever.
Matt Smith.
No, the other one.
Tennant?
Eddie Redmayne.
David Tennant.
Yeah, Danny. He
Tennant.
was in like
He was in regular Potter as well as a
Right.
side character.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a giant cunt in the real world, though. I don't like David Tennant.
Yeah.
David Tennant can get fucked.
I liked David Tennant in the past tense. I don't
Mhm.
like David Tennant now. He kind of wrecked himself for me by some of his
Yeah,
choices.
it
Um,
makes me throw up my mouth a little bit every time I have to admit that he's a very good voice actor for Scrooge McDuck, like which is my favorite Disney character.
it's like,
but-
fuck. Why do you have to be such a fucking cunt? So Shieldwall, you are going to be our Nadia sent me your blamer. Shieldwall, what is yours? And this will be the last of the night, boys.
He's muted.
Shieldwall just said, "Fuck it," he left. He's just gone.
No, it's sorry.
Oh,
I'm
no.
looking at my list. I mean, you guys covered most of the really good ones,
Except Leprechaun 4.
except Leprechaun 4.
Hey,
right?
fuck all y'all. Leprechaun
Well,
4 is
it's
great.
kinda-
Watch it. Watch Leprechaun 4, bitches.
One that kind of pops into my head is Wing Commander. It's kind of it's a real cheesy video game movie.
Oh, with
Yeah,
I am completely unaware of this.
Yeah,
I
it's got
remember that.
Mark Hamill in it.
Oh
Doesn't he also have
1999.
Yeah.
the son of the actor who died in the 70s from Chico and the Man?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Junior. Yeah.
Junior.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain this one. I cannot speak to this
Okay,
movie.
so
at
in
all.
Wing Commander,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
you're fighting this race
That
of
was that
like,
guy.
lion-looking people, and in the game anyway. You fly around, you do all this stuff. So they made a movie out of it, and it kind of falls. See, it has that one the guy from
Lillard, Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Yep.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
And immediately it's already gone into fucking commercials. God damn it.
But anyway,
so I got nothing here.
So you're on this flagship.
I like this actor, Das Boot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so it's got a decent cast. The special
the
effects
great
are pretty
Jurgen
good.
Panchow. That
Yep.
just saw him. on the
It's
screen.
got this guy from go back. It's got the guy from
David
Tron.
Warner.
Yeah.
Fucking David Warner. Oh
He
my
had
God.
He had that pimp ass desk with the TV in it. That was super pimp back then.
Yep, David Warner.
The flight
Seems
commander
like a
was
great
the guy from Animal,
Yeah. Yep.
and he was in the video games
Animal.
too.
Yeah, he was in the video games. He voiced it. And
David Suchet is in here. He's you guys know. There's the cast of this is like well known and great. You know what I mean?
and the video game was a lot of fun.
Is that the wing commander?
No.
Nah, that's just a person in your squadron.
Little
The-
Joe.
I think her name is like
audiences.
Paladin or something. I can't remember.
The captain of the vessel there on the left is, how the hell do you say his name? Checky Cario. He's from
The gal is she was from the gal Saffron Burrows was from Deep Blue Sea.
Checky, the guy I was saying he's from
Oh, I love that
GoldenEye,
movie.
from La Femme Nikita, the movie, from Kiss of the Dragon, that's a Jet Li movie, from The
This is
Patriot.
it.
with Mel
They got
Gibson.
these
There he is.
these actors.
He played the French guy in the Patriot.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a pretty
Holy shit!
pretty good cast.
What the fuck?
Yep. And the
Saffron.
Yep. And the special effects are incredible.
There she is. That's Saffron
Hey guys, I
Burrows.
hate to do this. I gotta bounce. I'll see y'all.
Yeah,
later.
I gotta go too.
No, you gotta go. No.
Yeah, I gotta go too.
He's got
Is everybody leaving?
Style.
No,
You got to. I know, Sammy. I know it's fine. All right. Do you guys have anything you want to throw out before you jump out?
Why?
No. You can see me every Tuesday with this guy for Tinfoil Haters, and otherwise, catch me. Oh yes, we Joker Voice will be on this Saturday. We'll be talking about the Penguin on Cavecast, and that'll be good. Otherwise, the news on Sunday. I'll see you guys. I got my other show, Two Sibs and a Pig.
All right, Sammy.
Cool.
Good
Take it
to
easy,
see you.
guys.
Your hair looks
Bye,
nice.
guys.
Thank you.
Right.
What do you got going on,
Blair
Blair?
Blair just jumped to. Blair said, "Fuck it." He said, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you." I'm out of here. So
you asked before who the black guy was, Roman. You've seen him in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. He played the captain of the Naboo Guard.
Okay.
that guy.
Captain Ranaka, but
That's Panaka, really?
Panaka, yeah, Captain. Yeah, that's him.
Wow. Well, he's younger here, I guess. Yeah. Well, not really though.
No, because Phantom Menace was 99. It was the
Yeah,
same year.
yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
He's just always wearing a hat in
There,
eye
there.
patch.
Phantom Menace.
Anywhere.
I just can't
Played,
believe they got the guy from Das
Roman.
Boot and David
played,
Warner to be in this.
He played in Highlander. He played Castigear. Don't you remember? The black guy.
That guy?
Yes, that's him.
Was he wearing like the caftan or whatever with the
Yeah.
hat?
He was an immortal from Africa that was killed by the Kurgan and the Vietnam
No, I
War.
remember. Yeah, they met on the bridge.
That guy's young.
Yep.
That's crazy. So the gist of this is they're fighting. Is this Earth or is this some kind of alliance?
No,
So-
no, it's
So basically, it's based on a series of video games where the Earth government has to fight off the Kilrathi or something. The Kilrathi. I haven't played the game since like 1995. And there's four of them. It's like a fight simulator game is very popular back then. We would fight a Starfighter or whatever, and you had missions. You had to fight off the Kilrathi invaders, basically.
right. A lot of the missions were taking on like capital ships, or you
Yeah.
had to do a bunch of stuff, and there was a couple of expansions.
And Wing Commander was probably the best overall, like science fiction fighter game.
It was. You had missiles that actually locked onto stuff.
Yeah.
You could do maneuvers and things like cut
I
your
guess
engines and flip
arguably,
around.
X-wing versus TIE fighter might have been a little better, but that's like quibbling, you know.
I like this better. The story was better.
Well, the storyline was certainly better. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the storyline for all the X-wing and TIE fighter games was blowing up the Death Star, blowing up the Rebel ships. There was no story. But this
And
movie,
you could pick your crewmates, and the NPCs weren't absolutely useless like they were in a lot of other.
yeah. And the trying to remember. The female love interest, she was the scientist in Deep Blue Sea who we love in Shark Gator.
I love Deep Blue Sea. If we ever do a shark series, that's definitely going to be in there.
It has
That
to be
way,
that
that's him.
Samuel Jackson speech
That's
in it,
him
too.
again.
Yeah.
You can really tell that that's him there.
Yeah, and she
So,
played.
yeah, that looks far more like him.
She played the older. She played
It's all
Hector's
angles.
wife in Troy.
Right.
Andromache. God
That's
damn.
fucking crazy. I've never heard of this. Oh, it's a
Zach?
lion person.
So,
Okay, so-
Zach's jumping in here.
Mando
and
would
just-
like this movie then.
Hello,
The,
Zach,
Got lion
my
people.
friend.
Yeah,
Nice
it
to
does
see
have
you.
lions.
Always
That's what
good
they
to see
look like. The Korathi look like lions.
Well, they look way better in the video game though.
In the video game, they look better. And they'll do stuff like when they blow someone up or they're fighting you, they'll be like, hairless ape is what they would call you, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, fun,
And,
fun.
Yeah. But so their ships had, like, you had to know how to fight them. Like, certain ones of their ships had blind spots because of the way the weapons came out. So if you approached them from a certain angle, they couldn't see you. It was pretty advanced for the time.
Yeah.
How was the movie?
The game was,
The game was better.
but
The
they
movie
at
was
least
fun.
gave it the movie was fine. They gave it a try. It was about as good as the Last Starfighter, I'd say.
Okay, because I remember we talked about that. I remember The Last Starfighter being a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, it was good.
It's a fine film.
I didn't like The Last Starfighter. I liked in memory the young
Yeah,
boy
when
memory
we
of The
were-
Last
when you were-
Starfighter
like, you saw it
was
as a
way
teenager,
fucking
you're-
better than the
That
modern
also made us,
mental state
Roman,
version
you
of it.
Roman, you also made us watch The Wolf, and so your opinion is kind of invalid.
And it's the same thing though. I remember Wolfen far better than
Yes.
the reality.
I also
of
remember the
Wolfen.
movie Chud being pretty
Wait,
good, and then I
did
recently
somebody just
watched
say
it. It
Wolfen?
was terrible.
Somebody just said Wolfen.
He did
Yes.
with the
Yeah,
raw sexual
I
magnetism
know.
of one Albert Finney.
Yep.
Yep, you can't beat that.
Have you
a
seen
cardigan,
Wolfen
a
before,
cardigan
Leon?
under a jacket. So on that, and there were actually several other movies we could have talked about tonight.
Independence Day is one of them.
Tomorrow War,
Edge of
Edge of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You know, there's some other
Stargate.
excellent ones out there. But
Stargate.
then we couldn't have talked about Leprechaun 4.
Leprechaun 4 in space.
So which is now going to be
I will
burned
be
into my
waiting.
brain.
My DMs are open for those of you to be like, shh, once you watch it, just come crawl and be like, shit, Leon, you're right. I had fun with it. I never claimed it was good. I claimed it was fun. And you
Acceptable,
all will have fun
acceptable.
when you watch it. Mark my
I don't know. I didn't have fun, Leon. So on that note, we'll go around. I'll talk about next week after we get done with our going around the horn bit here. But thank you to the panel so much, and to the chat. Always wonderful to have you guys with us, and to our friends over on YouTube and X. And again, please like and make a comment so YouTube doesn't flush me down the interweb toilet, which is always a danger. So we'll go around and say what we got going on and then jump on out of this thing. Shieldwall, my good friend, thank you for being here. What do you have coming up this week?
So next Tuesday on Jacob Ironside's channel, we will be going over the movie The Two Towers from the middle movie of
Yeah,
the Lord of the
September
Rings
11th,
trilogy.
2001. Good year. I remember it well. Different Two Towers.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know
bored
that there was an issue with the naming of that and stuff, but
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, it was what it was.
And then I'll be on the show next week doing whatever we're doing there.
Whatever the fuck we do over here.
Yeah.
Right
Anyway,
on.
yeah, thanks for having me on. Thanks to the chat and everybody being on the panel, Tombi and Leon, adding everything in. Also, Leprechaun 4 in space. Have you ever seen Wolfen, Leon? The movie Wolfen?
No, I've not.
It's about like enhanced wolves.
No, but I'm always down for new film recommendations. And
I don't know if you're that down for that.
It's a case of a really good book that kind of adapts into a really horrible movie.
We thought it was good. We thought it was good.
The movies are better. Like
we remember
it. Well, in this film, you get Edward James almost naked. So
yeah,
that's true. You do. Yeah, that is true. You get to see little Eddie and
like full on dick.
I gotta drop out, guys. My
Because I mean, I'm out. If so, I'm out. I draw the line at dick.
Matt,
you got to go.
Yeah, the pain threshold has been hit.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Yeah, so just real quick, Joker and he'll talk about Wednesday Night Overbooked with our awesome mug and other stuff. That's Wednesdays. And next week we'll be talking about, what was the movie called? Brightburn. And I should be dropping tomorrow a preview of AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, a little predictions and whatever. And then this weekend on the questioners, we'll be coming out with an in-depth discussion of censorship on some video gaming topic. That's it for me, guys. Sorry I'm dropping like this, but I can only...
all right, man.
Nope, got you, dude. Glad you were able to be here.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Later all. Have a good night.
All right, take care, Matt. And Joker.
Yes, so as it was mentioned, may not be the biggest audience, but it's the most fun audience. Every Wednesday night, myself, Matt, friend of the channel, Left Eye Ego, and Duke Devil 95 will be talking about the world of professional wrestling. On Wednesday night is Overbooked, which I dropped a link earlier in the chat. You can get lovely merchandise like Tombi has himself. Sammy has gotten shirts. Great way to support the channel because we all need a little more.
Almost wore my Cody Rhodes shirt for this show too. Damn, wish I had known.
Well, then you should definitely check out the channel, check out the content because I'll be dropping a video tomorrow as to who should be the next women's world champion. Someone you may not think. A little 5'1", little powerhouse there. And I will be back here, of course, for Brightburn, a disturbing take on Superman.
And thank you for being with us tonight, Joker.
Of course.
Meme master of the interwebs, Jacob Ironside. Nice job with that again tonight, my friend.
By the way, coming up. By the way, this logo, this guy.
Oh, show it again. Show your wearer, sir. Nice. That is lovely.
So where's your mug, Roman?
It's. You mean something to replace my broken-handled Star Trek mug? It has a crack in it and leaks whiskey whenever I drink from it.
Yes.
But why would I replace that? Jacob, what do you have coming up, buddy?
Lord of the Rings on my show Tuesday. Then I'll be on the Eclectic Goats channel on Wednesday night, talking the show Daybreak. And then I'll be on Joker's show. I'll be wrenching over there. And I'll be back here next week. So and also, if anyone would like a logo, like Joker's mug, or anything for your YouTube channel, just
thumbnails. He's great.
Check me out on X.
Yep, and everybody's info is in the description of the show. So pop on over there and then find these folks, watch their content, buy their stuff. Leon, our good friend Leon, first time on the show, and
might be the last.
Despite your movie choice, I hope you'll come back and hang out with us again sometime.
I would love to. I'm so happy. I legitimately am happy this worked out. Like ever since actually like full on meeting me, because we streamed together a couple times on Zach's show, once on mine. But I like had such a fucking blast with you in Vegas. I've legit really wanted to get a chance to come on your show. I normally can't because I have a commitment on Thursday nights. I told them that, hey, this Thursday I'm gonna be over on Roman of the Empire, and they're like, that's okay, we're sick, we're canceling anyway. I was like, yes, perfect. I mean, it sucks you're sick, but yes. And so
Leon,
this worked out perfect and had a blast.
But Leon, does Roman remember you meeting in
Dude,
Vegas?
okay, so it's so funny. I was telling my roommate about this earlier because my roommate's like, yo, you want to watch a movie together? And I was like, yeah, but it had to be after the stream and whatnot. I'm chilling on a stream I've never been on. I was talking about Roman. So in Vegas, we're at this fucking fancy steak joint, right? And at one point, Roman is so drunk. I don't remember how it came up. I think it was Vex. Vex said something about me not really being gay. And Roman goes, wait, you're not? I legit thought you were. And I was like, I couldn't tell if he was joking because he was drunk, and I didn't speak to Roman for like 2 months after that because our schedules didn't align. So when I finally saw him on Zach's show, I was like, did you really think I was gay? Or it's like, not when I'm sober, I don't. So it's like, okay. Well,
so you got to take that up with Drunk Me. Drunk Me had that conversation. So
it was fucking hilarious. I spent like 2 months wondering, does Roman think I'm a fucking queer? Like,
drunk Roman is an experience. Which
it was so much fun, dude. It really was. It was a blast. So yeah, I was hyped to come on tonight. We thought some great movies. Over on my channel, you can find me at Words of Paradise. I don't talk movies near as much. I mostly do pop culture through a political lens, which sometimes includes movies, but videos and streams every day. I've got my Neon Leon stream tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Central Time, and I'm doing a video on the Cracker Barrel shenanigans. That's what you guys get tomorrow. Ooh. Cracker Barrel and the insane cultural, not even divide. It's because almost a bridging of the gaps. Did you guys see the Democrats? The official The Democrats post on X posted, "We agree. We also hate this change." Cracker Barrel's fuck up may have just bridged the gap between Republicans and Democrats. Yeah,
that's horrifying.
truly a beautiful time to be alive. That's what the video will be about. Streams every day, videos every day. Check it out. And again, thank you so much. This was a blast. Watch Leprechaun 4 and watch War of the Worlds 2025.
God damn it, Leon. So thank you to this panel. Thank you again. Thank you, Leon and Tombi, who is now absent. This was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be, and it was very enjoyable conversations tonight. So next week, 5 Pacific Standard on Thursday, as we have been for the last 3 years. Our guest next week is going to be Brimstone. And actually, I was inspired to do this show because of his show. We're going to be covering Brightburn, the alternative if Superman didn't end up being the good guy story. I really enjoy the rewatch. I wasn't sure if it was going to be as good, and I actually liked it better than my first screening of it. And we'll talk a lot. That's going to be a great discussion next week. So please join us for that. I think it's going to be a hoot. Again, Brimstone's going to be a first-time guest on it. Like I said, I got inspired to do that show because I was watching this. I'm like, man, we should fucking talk about this. And he knew his shit, so I wanted to have him on to talk about it too. So thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you have a good weekend. We'll see you next Thursday. Until then, be kind.
Toodles.